still have Blackwater alive there too.
Yep.
We do.
We'll show the dragon. Everybody else is gone though.
Yeah. All right. Well, I went ahead and started everything up. If you want to give a quick recap.
Alrighty. So in the aftermath of the skirmish with the Shadow Elves, we regrouped and formulated our attack plan. The Siegebreakers and Ropro would lead the van. The Iron Tide and Zana would protect our flank. With no time to rest, we pressed on. It felt strange to fight alongside the Iron Tide again. Memories of past forays threatened to distract me from the task at hand, but I kept my focus. By the way, this is just written in Lokun's spellbook, his journal. We fought through the halls and found a pair of large doors at the end. Barrett slinked into the shadows and scouted ahead. Telepathically, he reported what was behind the doors to us. Blackwater enveloped by Malik's shadow and the butcher who appeared listless. Um, I reasserted my control over the explosive skeletons and instructed them to be ready to throw themselves at the enemy. We went through the doors to confront Malik. Malik stood before an orb that pulsed with dark energies. The pillars formed a square within the large chamber. At each of their bases, an ominously glowing star was inscribed. He seemed unconcerned by our presence, as though he expected these events. He explained that he sought ancient technology to travel to Nightweather to stop the cycle of cataclysms. At what cost? We had enough at Malik's attempt to sway us to his side and strike. Ivok turned his magics against Malik, rendering him paralyzed. Alkis, Nibnob, and Ropro rushed Malik. Tiny kept the butcher at bay, fired through his daggers from afar. I conjured a Bigby's hand. Ivok then suddenly broke free of Malik's. Uh, uh, I think I messed this up. Malik suddenly broke free of Guyvok's hold, then returned the favor. The pillars pulsed and inky black pits opened up beneath our feet. All tried repositioning to escape its pull. The battle was arduous. Barrett, Tiny, and Ropro eventually succumbed to the void magics and were whisked away into the orb as they fell. Alkis pursued Malik as he shadow stepped around the room, braving the aura with the help of Zana's potion of necrotic resistance. Called for the explosive skeletons to charge, and one by one they threw themselves at Malik, blowing up at his feet. I barely held on to life. In desperation, I spied the wand of magic missiles dropped by one of my skeletons and Misty stepped to it. It expended all of its charges at once, unleashing an array of 8 magical darts. Then finally, Malik fell. The shadows released their grasp on Blackwater, and the rest of the party reappeared back in the chamber. Malik said something to us in an unfamiliar language. Alkis held his blade ready to finish him off. The dark portal opened up, and then Malik crawled to it and escaped through it after taking a parting blow from Alkis. They called for Orkard and Urdu, but no answer. Zana came in and told us that they all disappeared. It seemed both the Iron Tide and the Shadow Elves vanished when Malik fell. Blackwater rose to thank us, explaining that he was under its influence from the beginning. Taking all 3 keys, the dagger, the ring, and the amulet, they opened the vault. Inside we found some magical items and gold and platinum bars worth 50,000 gold in total. At the end of the vault were 5 pedestals similar to the hollow points. Several of them had crystals, the others were empty. I believe this was the dangerous Nightweather technology that Malik sought. And then that's it. What's next for the Siegebreakers? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, good recap. All right, so it is currently the 75th of autumn at 4 p.m. After all this took place, I believe it would be Tiny's turn to do Scribe, if you're okay with that, Tiny.
Yeah, on the list.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm eating.
Yeah, no worries. And I think Lokun, this would be your 4th game. So at the end of the game, you would get another story point, and we'd rotate to Alkis's turn to do Quartermaster. Though I think the group has agreed that you're just going to keep the role, right?
Yeah, he can keep doing
I
it.
think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's too excited to
Dungeons and spreadsheets.
do accounting.
He's a quartermaster boy.
It's like a whole other game.
I
I'm a
mean, I
carpenter.
kind of like doing that stuff when I'm a player, just to like know all the resources. But I know some people are more into like just the heroic parts of the game. So I'm always happy when
And-
someone like is okay doing it.
I'm okay doing it. It's not my favorite part, but I'm also just very particular, and it would bother me if it's not done like
A certain way.
right. So yeah, so it's better for me to do it probably.
Yeah, no worries. So who am I missing in roll 20? I think it's
Tiny.
Tiny. And yeah, I do have to talk to you more about what character you're bringing in Tiny, because you sent me a link from Beyond, but I think we have to put him into roll 20.
Yeah,
right?
I just gave you the idea. I'm gonna
Okay.
talk to you about it before I make it up completely.
Do you
I
need
think he's bringing in
do you
Tiny's
need
cousin.
a sheet to do it, or I could give you access to my character creation server, which has all my books shared 24/7. That might be the way to go if you haven't started it
Yeah.
yet. So let me.
I mean, yeah, because all I did was the basics. That link I shared with you was just the basic idea. So
Got it. Yeah, let me give that to you really quick.
Are you making Tiny's cousin Biggie?
Biggie?
nope, Chinese mentor.
Oh, interesting.
Largy.
Largy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, let me get that link to you. But for now, you are keeping Tiny, right? Just till you get that new character.
Yes.
Okay.
It'd be cool if just like Nib Nob and maybe some of the other characters, if they're kind of like background characters. Not like we can use them, but like I don't know. Maybe we could like get their services. Like Tiny is our blacksmith, like once in a while or something. I don't know.
It's possible. I was actually working on a downtime or expenses system where if you, because I really like the idea in Baldur's Gate where you have a camp with you. Like I actually kind of want to do something like that. So I was thinking maybe your expenses could dictate how many people you could have in your camp following you, like the wealth level you're maintaining. And then like you could have NPCs actually doing stuff for you, like while you're adventuring. Might be kind of cool.
Yeah. That could be cool, but the main thing is that we've had these characters. There was a significant investment in building up the character, and
Yeah, story wise.
even though we're not going to play them anymore, at least enrich the story with them. So
Well, yeah. Usually, I'll at least keep characters around. They might not be part of what's going on directly, but they'll usually still be in the world. So that's certainly possible.
I mean, Tiny's got his business back in Char,
Yeah, so he would just be like retired in Char and possibly like helping out the group.
I
every now
retired
and then.
once and see what got me.
Yeah, so now you can go retire again.
now you can really retire.
I mean, heck, I've almost died like 5 times.
Yeah, it
Worth it,
was a tough journey, but lots of stories to tell. Oh, another thing. I was looking through my notes and I couldn't find the treasure list. Could you give me the numbers for like the gold and the items you found? I think I either deleted them by accident or I don't know what happened.
I tracked the gold bars,
Yeah.
which are in the inventory.
It's in the chat.
Let me give a
Yeah, how
it's in
many?
chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it-
400 gold, 20 platinum.
Oh, okay, 400 gold bars.
And another was some magic items.
So let me.
We
Like
gave
3.
100 of them of the gold bars over to the Zana. So
Okay. So let me record that. So, vault treasure, 400 gold bars, 100 Sauna.
That was her right there.
And you said 20 platinum bars?
Yep.
Okay.
platinum.
Do you remember what the magical items were?
I
Only
know Baird,
mine.
Lil Coon, and Tiny got one.
Kelton's ointment.
Yeah, ointment for him. I think Lil Coon got a book.
Oh, you
the
got
Arcane
the
Grimoire.
Arcane
And
Grimoire.
Barrett got a.
Do you remember Arcane Grimoire? Was it +1 or 2?
I think it was a +3. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
It was
I think it was a plus
it was
12.
I remember
actually.
now. You rolled poorly on your
It was pretty
rarity.
strong.
I
You can see the
remember.
chat right there. I rolled an 8 on a
Yeah.
D100.
I don't remember what Barrett
Good
got.
luck. Barrett. Here, I can just look at his inventory. I can probably figure it out.
Might have been a cloak or boots. I don't remember.
Barrett, Bell, Madar.
Oh, cloak sounds right. I think it was cloak protection.
No, that was me.
Uh,
I'm the queen. Princess.
Is it a bag of holding?
what?
No.
That
That
make
doesn't
sense.
sound
I
right.
mean, he has a bag of holding, but I don't think he got that
He
last
does.
time.
I don't think it was from the last week. No, he got a bag of holding recently. I added him to the thing.
Which one of these? Ring of Protection.
Maybe he didn't get one.
I don't think that's it. Alright, I mean...
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's not that important since he's stepping out anyway. But okay, so I got the main stuff, and of course...
Oh, he got dwarven shackles. I actually added it to the ledger. It's there.
Oh, okay.
What the hell?
Did he put those on his list?
I have no
I don't know.
idea.
I'm looking
Those
through
are-
it. Dwarven
Or
royalty
maybe that wasn't
ring.
his. Maybe that wasn't his item. Maybe it was just there, like some shackles.
Did he take them? Because I don't see them on his list.
I put him on the bag, on his ledger. Are you on the ledger?
No,
Yeah.
I'm looking at his character items list.
Oh, I don't know.
Because, yeah, usually it's either supposed to go to the list or to the party ledger. It's weird. I wonder if he just... did. And he was the one that took them, though?
He was the one that took him.
Okay.
I don't remember how many. Maybe I
You
was.
think he
Maybe it was only
might-
2.
Do you think he might have deleted it from the list after he received them?
Maybe. What did you say it was called? Dwarven Shackles?
He said they were shackles and they looked dwarven, so I called them dwarven shackles.
Shackles.
On his wish list. Maybe that'll help us. Mantle of Magic. I don't think that's it.
Oh, these were the yeah, I rolled this one. This wasn't a wish list item. This was the okay. So I guess Lokun, had you identified them?
I'll identify them.
Alright, so let's just say we're kind of in like in between time right now, because I assume you all are kind of resting down there and trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, I would like to get away from the 6 HP I have right now.
Alright, so we'll say you do finish an hour rest if you want to do a short rest. And you would find out these are dimensional shackles.
Called it.
That's epic.
That's what we need to put on fucking Malik when we get him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But let's steal him from Baird before he goes to nursing school.
Yeah, I mean, you could
There's-
say that someone else took them,
Okay.
because that was still kind of at the end of the game, so we can retcon that.
So do I got exhaustion?
Do you?
I don't think so.
Did
I think so because he was brought to 0 and brought into the crystal.
Oh, if you were brought... No, if it put you or absorbed you into the crystal, you wouldn't have exhaustion from that. Because, yeah, you didn't actually go down. You were just weakened, and then the crystal kind of pulled you in before you went down. And yeah, whatever the other item is, probably isn't too important.
Yeah, probably not. No short message.
Yeah, so go ahead and spend a short rest.
Yeah, I got my 2 Warlock spell slots.
So Zana is in here with you, and who's controlling our troll?
Yes, it shall be me.
He would have healed
Good
up to
up.
full because he's regenerating again. He would thank you for saving him from the crystal. He says, Rotbro does not like magic, and if I would have been stuck in the crystal, I would not have been able to get to the surface. So I owe you for that. Thank you.
We want you to see the open sky sometime, Rodro.
He says,
Chill on a beach.
I've spent much of my life in the darkness of the underground. I look forward to seeing the outside. Because, yeah, he hasn't been
Stick with
upstairs
us.
yet.
Show you all the cool places.
Alright, so an hour passed. I guess an hour and 10 minutes because you did the identify.
Okay.
What do you want to do? It is
That's
now
a great question.
5:10. The vault is still partially open. Or, wait, Tiny, did you say you were sealing it with a knock spell? Or with a, whatever it's
arcane
called,
lock.
arcane lock. Alright, so then it would
Oh.
be closed and sealed.
Can I,
What?
during that 1
House.
hour, in a short rest, could I have attuned to my arcane grimoire?
Yeah, that's fine. You can add or change attunements during a short rest.
I didn't get
Cool.
anything because I already got my magic item.
You're stacked on magic. You got awesome stuff.
Hell yeah.
Also, Tiny, I assume you're using sending for what you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. Got it. Okay.
You guys think we should have Nibnob use hit die?
Doesn't matter. Go for it.
Nibnob's kind of in the background right now. Unless someone want to play him for this game?
No.
Okay, so yeah, we could just leave him in the
Nah.
background.
He's fine. Chill out.
I'll say that for now, he can be given projects if you have the resources and want him to craft things.
He saved us last time, but alas.
Oh, and I just realized I should move you off the start screen.
Nah, screen's dope. Oh,
So yeah, Lord Blackwater is also kind of sitting up against the wall. He seems kind of out of it.
Alright,
A bit of
kill
a
him.
1,000-yard stare. Butcher is kind of... Yeah, he's just been laying there.
oh, is he not dead?
Well, no, he is as far as you know.
Oh, fuck, I want to check.
Um,
Yeah, let's check.
Go walk over and
actually,
tap him.
is he
Like,
dead?
Medic!
Sorry, let me check something about him.
I know we downed him, but he was like under some mind control, so. Am I in a hole right now? Walk over and tap him with my foot.
Give me a moment. I have to look something up.
That's cool. No kind of old character, so. Oh, did on my foot. God damn this fucking roll 20. It just multiplied all my crap. I
I
don't
didn't
need
even
that.
show all my dice.
Six might already
Uh,
have it.
so-
On another one.
He give me a religion check if you're checking on him.
Okay. I mean, I'm not the best at that. I got a +4. I got
Yeah, I'll
14.
call for Tiny to give us help with this.
Oh, yeah,
Would it
bless
not
me.
be? It'd
Well, with 14, he doesn't. Well, he seemed like he was undead before, and now, I mean, he's not breathing, but you don't think he was breathing when you were fighting him. You would guess him to be some sort of vampire spawn, though he isn't regenerating, which usually is what would happen if you hadn't staked him through the heart or burned him or something. He just seems to be in some sort of like stasis, because he doesn't look wounded anymore. Looks like all the wounds you inflicted regenerated, but he's not getting up.
be. Well, I
So
will.
yeah, he's alive, but he's not functional right now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put these new shackles to use.
Aka's gonna be like, so you know who this is? 'Cause he hasn't met the butcher.
Oh, you didn't meet the butcher?
No,
Um,
the turtle did.
Loken would explain what Turtles saw. But we don't know too much about him. But we found him. He was in a circle, a protective circle, and then it looks like Blackwater, or sorry, Malik broke him out and had him under his control. Don't know much about him. Hence the shackles.
So
It
now
seems to be some
that
kind of vampire spot.
Zana sees him, was it Zala? What was her name?
Donna.
Yeah.
I
Now
thought
that
you said
Zana, yeah, Zana. Now that Zana sees him, she would say he is a servant of Malik. I don't know how he came to be, but I know that when Malik came to Issyk and I was Malik's prisoner, at some point Butcher joined Malik and was serving him. Though I don't know under what pretense and if he was being coerced or if there was something more of a partnership between them. I
Well, this
believe the
time it seemed to
Butcher. I believe Butcher may have been a resident of Issyk. Maybe someone corrupted by Malik's power.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, he's got some shackles on him.
He is shackled. Though he still doesn't seem to move. Still completely unconscious. Zana says it would probably be wise to finish him while he is unconscious. I believe he has vampiric lineage. A stake to the heart should do the trick.
Do you
I
think?
must.
Go for it, Alcus. What were you saying?
That's all I was gonna say. It's not my style to kill somebody who's not even conscious.
I don't care about style. I have no problem finishing him off. But don't you think he would help us be able to help us pursue Malik? Malik is still out there. He is Malik's servant. Do you think they would not want to reunite and we can hold him as hostage?
That's
Well-
true. He may know where he went at least.
Zana ponders things for a moment. She says, well, not everyone who serves Malik does so willingly. It's possible that breaking him free of Malik, he might be an ally, but there's no way of knowing that for sure. So it would be a risk.
Well, just as we did not blindly, we did not want to burn our bridges with you. Let's see if he comes to and if we can extract some information from him. But we'll keep him restrained with these dimensional shackles for now.
She says, and what of that? And she points to the crystal. It's no longer pulsing with energy.
Interesting.
I thought I grabbed it.
Oh, you grabbed
Yeah,
it?
so
Alright. So Tiny
I
has
see
it.
in the ledger there is the Zytion Soul Crystal. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
I
So,
think so, yeah.
so Tiny grabbed it?
Yep.
Yep.
It's in his bag.
Okay, so never mind. She wouldn't have said anything then. Well, if things are settled here, perhaps I should get back to my drakes and make sure my lair is still protected.
Of course.
Says,
That might be a good idea.
I'm sorry I couldn't help you directly with Malik. I was able to take out a good number of his soldiers while fighting. So hopefully the ones that escaped or vanished, at least their forces are a bit weakened. Though I fear for the fate of the Iron Tide.
Yeah. So just before you go, I mean, let's definitely part ways and let you get back to your life. But what happened exactly? Could you describe it in a little more detail? Like, did they just all vanish in thin air before you while you were fighting them?
She says it seemed that way. There was a wave of energy that kind of fluctuated through the area, and as it struck, the Iron Tide and the Shadow Elves all vanished as it went through them, almost like they became insubstantial, then faded away. She says, I assume it had something to do with your battle with Malik, because that's where the energy originated from.
Mm-hmm. And are you familiar with these other planes they may have traveled to?
All too
In
familiar.
you
She
and
says,
how would we get there?
my guess is that they went to the Shadowfell, a dark and dreary plane that is heavy with necrotic energy, a reflection of the Feywild, a darker reflection, and a kind of moderately dark reflection of our own world. As for how you'd get there, I don't know much about that. I never was able to open any portals myself. I was only brought back and forth by Malik while I was enslaved to him.
Hmm.
I believe magic can be used, so if you know anyone with magical talents, they would be the ones to ask.
Oh, you're speaking to one. When he opened these portals, did you take note? Was he uttering some words? Was he casting a spell or performing a ritual?
It seemed like some sort of spell. And actually,
See.
Arcana might give you some knowledge here.
Could I have counterspelled his portal opening? It's okay, but just wondering.
It didn't seem like he cast a spell when the portal opened. It seemed to be almost
Yeah,
like as a
okay.
reaction to him losing his tether on Lord Blackwater.
Ooh, he had a contingency spell. No, I'm just kidding.
It could have been a contingency. But yeah, Arcana 20. So there are a couple ways that one can planeswalk. The most straightforward would be the planeswalk spell, which is a little higher level than what you can do. Other ways are to find places where the fabric between worlds is thinned. And at certain times, sometimes portals will either appear or weaker magics can be used to open portals, depending on how strong the detachment or the rift between worlds is.
And there's also here and there some portals to these worlds as well.
Yeah, there do exist portals that have been permanently opened, though those are more rare, and generally people try to close those when they find them, as having a portal to another world can bring in some bad stuff.
Yeah, most of them are hidden.
Yeah.
And so a
give me-
teleportation circle couldn't carry you that far, could it?
So I think you can use it. I would have to double check the spell, but I think you can use a teleportation circle to travel on a world. Like, so you can, like, if you're on a world, like if you were in the Shadowfell and you had circles there, you could travel between them. But I don't think you could go from Gaian to another world's teleportation circle. You'd have to planeswalk first.
Okay, that's good to know.
And actually, give me another Arcana check, DC 15. Okay, so you might know as well. What was I just thinking? Oh, right. So this area, being that it is so fused with necrotic energy and void energy, you wouldn't be surprised if there are areas of Isik where such portals could be opened. You just have to find them. Because of the ritual, most likely.
Okay.
Alright, so what do you all want to do?
I'll also ask her before she leaves. Could we possibly maybe count on her help against the Iflids if we need?
Says, you can consider me a friend, and I have no love for the Illithids, so I'd be happy to help you strike against them. I had an uneasy truce with them, but at this point, I would like to get Isik to a more secure state, making alliances with the undead who still live here. Now that Blackwater, or well, I guess Malik technically has fallen.
Yeah, there was a queen of this place, and I wonder if she's still trapped. But if I were you, perhaps you guys could Cole, you rule the outside and she rules the below area. But up to you. We can introduce you if you wish, if you haven't been introduced already.
Says I haven't. A queen, you say? Interesting. Do you have any information on her? Is she undead or is she one of your people?
She is undead. She's from a long while ago, trapped. Well, as you have recently met Chiron. She was his queen.
Well, I'd be happy to speak with her more, as long as she agrees to stay out of my my territories and leave my treasure hoard be. I'm sure we can be friends, possibly even allies in some sort of mutual alliance.
No doubt. Like I said, she's actually somewhat trapped by her confines. So I don't think she can even step outside her room, unfortunately.
Well, how is she a queen if she can't leave her confines?
She was not a queen, and she was not always undead. There was a time before when she ruled freely. Yeah.
She is old royalty then. One of the family.
Exactly.
What were their names? She says, I'm actually familiar with them as I did see Isaac before all this. Is she... Where's her name?
Sayonara.
Is she the part of the Aveldi family?
Oh, no, is she?
Yeah, she is.
That sounds familiar.
She is.
Yep.
Was she the mother? Or the father? Or I should say, was she the duke or the lady of the city before?
She goes by Lady Dianara, and her alias is the Queen of Blades.
She was the daughter.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes, she was the daughter of the two. I believe young, early 20-year-old when everything happened. I wonder what happened to her parents. Well, as I said, I'd be happy to speak with her. And even if she's trapped, are there others who follow her? Is that why she is referring to herself as a queen?
The sword race. You might have... go for it, Alcus.
Yes, I am familiar with the sword wraiths. I've seen them holding council, or whatever the word would be, in the marketplace. I've left them be as they've left me be.
I forgot what they were called. I was just gonna say the ghost.
The ghosts.
Oh, that's correct too.
Technically correct.
That's what I'll be. Right.
As well, I think an alliance with the sword wraiths would be quite valuable, so I would be very interested in speaking to this Dinara.
All right, we can take you to her.
As well, are you going
you want
now?
To check on your...
Yeah, she says, let me go check on my my hoard at the moment, for the moment, and you can get back to me. Come meet me there. You're free to enter my domain, and if you call for me, I shall hear and come speak to you.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, so she is gonna leave. What do the rest of you want to do?
That's a great question.
Out of character, guys, what do you want to do? Like, ultimately, we have to move on from Isaac, but I guess long term, what do you want to achieve? And short term, what do you want to achieve? I can start if you guys don't have any initial ideas, but go for it, Alcus, if you have something.
Well, me, the player, we should probably go save our boys inside the Shadowfell. So we gotta find a way into the Shadowfell. Maybe do something about the weird thing we found in the vault. But honestly, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, we'll think about where it's at, and it's now it's arcane locked,
Oh,
which I know isn't, but still, it's also a lot of
I'm
zombies
worried about
and
it.
undead, and we can take it with us.
I don't think we can take it with us, but I'm kind of worried about it. We, opened up something very dangerous, and access to it is much easier. An arcane lock is, a very skilled thief can actually just break into an arcane lock.
How can they
a
pick
lot-
that door though?
I'm going to do more to it, but that was just the initial.
Oh, this is more to the plan. It's more to the plan. Hold on. What if we just blow up the
Still,
room? How big was the thing?
well,
The stone pillar, or are you talking about the platform? The platform is very large. It's probably about a 10-foot radius, like solid stone platform with a pedestal in the middle, obsidian top, and those cubby holes where you could put shadow or soul crystals.
And we don't know what that is exactly.
It's not something you could carry. You'd probably need to use some kind of teleportation spell, or maybe a bunch of ogres or giants to move it. It'd have to be someone really strong.
a couple things is I don't think blowing it up is the right idea. I generally don't like blowing up
No.
things I don't know it could be even catastrophic, right? But anyways, the first thing you said about getting our boys in Shadowfell, I'm game on for that. Totally.
Yep.
That's long-term goal. Short term, I would like to secure this place, and to do so, I think kind of getting the queen and her troops out, to be able to move freely and just own this place, would be one way to help secure it. The other thing is I would like to set up a network of teleportation circles so that we can connect Isaac to our secret base in the halls of Tarsus, and also have Shock and the recruits that he's been training kind of connect to here, and also connect it to Char,
Because
so
we
we
got
can get
all the other pedestals in there are parts for the hollows.
exactly. So I want to make a network of teleportation circles ultimately.
Maybe we could jump some Alhoons.
That I think might be part of getting this place back under the control of Queen Dianara. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Fighting the mind flayers.
And then
Yeah.
we leave the city, and Outcast is probably gonna go home.
You have to go to Shadowfell with us.
Does he though?
Oh no, I thought you were the one that said that you got to get your boys.
That was me, the player.
Oh, okay.
Outcast is like, oh damn, that sucks. At least I'm still alive.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're free to retire just as Tiny is. Lokun has
I'm
been
at the
seeking
Coon.
retirement for so long and never finds a chance to. The other thing that Lokun would like to do is he wants to make sure that the what do you call it? What is the homelands in the wastes where the hobgoblins live or whatever? What's it called?
That was the. What was that? That is the Nazik Empire.
Nazik Empire. He'd like to, during kind of a downtime thing or whatever, it doesn't really have to be part of the game, but pay a visit over there, see his family is doing okay over there, and because before he goes into another plane or tries to, might be his last goodbye or whatever. But yeah.
All right. What about Tiny? Is he saying anything? Tiny's been strangely quiet. Are you there, Tiny?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Did you say something?
Nope, I didn't say anything.
All right.
He's sort of just broody. Although he is also going to cast alarm on the vault as well, so he knows when something goes in there.
Alright, so that only lasts 24 hours, right?
I believe.
But
Oh,
you can
Tiny,
certainly put it on there for now.
Were there any? So it sounded like you're on board with a long-term goal. Did you have any other short-term goals?
Retire.
Yeah, I got my shop is back in charred. It's just charred.
Okay. Well, that could be part of setting up the teleportation circles. Would get you back to Char.
Alright. So, what is everyone doing? You
I
want
guess we would be heading back to the library after Tiny kind of did his 24-hour protections on this place.
Alright, so he did the arcane lock and the alarm. Was there anything else he was putting on the vault? You took all the items out except for the pillar, is that right? Or the platform?
So we couldn't take the platform,
No,
right?
we couldn't take.
Yeah.
We couldn't take the platform. We couldn't take the other platforms either, could we? Or we
Oh,
could.
the 5 stone hollow point pedestals. Yeah, those are not impossible to move, but they're definitely heavy because they're solid stone.
Like how heavy?
8,000 pounds.
I mean, in their current form,
Hey.
they're probably, I would guess, like a couple 1,000 pounds.
That's cool. What's
Each?
this?
Yeah, each.
So were they powered by crystals? Like, could we at least maybe take the crystals out and depower them?
No, they weren't powered. You would guess that these could be used to make hollow points.
Gotcha.
In fact, you would, you guess like with some studying, you might be able to figure out the ritual to attach them to an area. And basically, they'd be access to the hollow.
You know, freeing the sentient undead here would be really good because you could get Chiron to come in here and study and research and see what we need to do with it. But yeah, maybe we don't even need teleportation circles. Maybe this would just get us back to the other hollow points.
I wonder
Yeah,
if Chiron comes to the library
Alarm's
now.
only 8 hours, so he probably wouldn't do that.
Oh, one other thing. Did anyone collect the essence left behind by the Shadow Lord?
So it's
Oh.
stuff fine.
No, we didn't. Let's do
Okay.
it.
I
'Cause
thought-
he did-
I thought he crawled out.
Well, he
Oh, yeah.
when he was defeated, he did leave behind some essence, which could possibly be collected. That
Some
would
guidance here.
That would be an Arcana check. You would notice the essence that Malik left behind with your Arcana knowledge doesn't look like any other essence you've seen before.
Okay. I could use some guidance, my friends.
But you are a little bit worried because it does look like it's possibly possible that you could screw this up and lose it.
I understand. Tiny guidance him.
I would have had
Are you
this
there?
back.
God damn it.
Tiny doesn't
You don't have guidance, okay. Wow.
Does
Um,
let's see. I
Does-
think
does
Nibnob
Nibbles-
might have it. Let me see.
I still don't know who this Nibnob is. I only know who Nibbles is. He doesn't.
Okay.
wow.
The
It's
DC
probably like one of the best cantrips in the game.
That's true. The DC is 20 to get this.
You know what the
So you
worst part is? I could have had Bless, but I have Bane instead.
Nibnob could help you because I think he and actually anyone could help you. It would just be another Arcana check.
We
but
use Nipnob's Arcana. He's pretty
yeah,
good.
sure, I
So-
Say
can.
less.
I can have Nibnob
So he
roll
will
with
help
you.
me, and I will use a story point for this. As
Well,
much as he's
story
doing
points
it.
a reroll. Inspired is is a
Oh, okay.
yeah. So you
I
can
have no
use a story point
inspiration.
if you fail, but if you have
Okay.
inspiration, you can get advantage.
All right, Nib Nob and I. Let's go.
And
Okay.
I have Nibnob help me we'll trap the place too. The actual physical trap.
All right. So Nibnob makes an Arcana check. Oh,
Not
I
bad.
mean,
looks like you guys are fine. So
done,
yes, you would extract the essence. Hang on, I'll put it in chat.
that's cool. What's going on down here? I think we got a glitch or a secret passage.
No, that's actually a cave, but I'll get to that in a second.
There's more, guys. There's more to explore.
Oh, there's a lot more. We didn't explore this place fully.
So yeah, you're not sure what exactly this essence does. Is the energy that's coming from it isn't something that you've seen before and doesn't translate to the usual Maho scale. You might have to do some research to learn what you could do with this.
Okay. Shadow Lord Malik. I don't even know how much Maho.
Yeah, so the energy, like I said, doesn't translate into what you'd usually expect for essence or components. Like the Maho is odd to you, so it's immeasurable. That doesn't mean you can't use it, but you might have to do some research. And the same thing with the CR. Like you don't know what you could craft with this just by examining it at a glance.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
not in the monster's manual.
Yeah, you might need this gem to do something with it.
It's a very unique energy. I'll say that. All right, so
All right.
yeah, there is a passage to the south you would notice. Looks like the wall is kind of caved in, and there's a natural cave you can enter down there. Might be part of the Issyk Under Caves. May have been another way in if you explored the Under Caves.
Oh. Could have flanked him.
Do you
We'll
want
check it out.
You want to go in there? Because you had said you were going to go back to the library. Do you want to do
Curiosity
that
kills the
instead?
cat.
All right,
Listen,
so you want to enter the
we're
caves?
curious and we're stupid, so we're headed in. If we all die, we restart the campaign.
Well, we
Guys,
want
this cave is a
to.
bit big. I think we're fine.
Sorry.
We also want to check the alternative entrances into this place. So, like, I mean, we're worried about this vault, right? So
True.
we want to clear it out.
All right, so you go into that area. With Rock Bro at your side.
Yeah, we should have kept the dragon with us. We fucked up. Oh, it's literally in the cave.
No, you're actually down here. And
That's okay.
so yeah, you are
Um,
in the Nightweather Vault area. But you start following this cave. So to explore this area, it would probably be either survival or knowledge nature that would help you as you start looking around the caves.
Let's use Rock Bro survival.
Okay.
Definitely not mine.
Well, you're controlling Rock Bro, right?
I am, but not me. Outcast.
I think you have
Oh,
access to a sheet, though, right?
Every time I know it's just the picture when I click on him.
Let me see.
You can get Rob some armor, guys.
Oh yeah, Barrett and Nibnob have control of him right now, so let me switch it over to Alcaz. Alright, so
there
you
we go.
should have sheet access.
Somebody say survival.
Maybe Tiny can give a hand.
He has a +4.
So Rockro would kind of walking through the caves, and he would say, "What are we seeking down
He's lost. Rappo's very lost. Unless he has help from Tiny or something.
No, he's not
even though
necessarily lost. But
even though we're kind of wandering around, do we see anything in these caves or hear anything? Like basically, I was mostly interested to know like it's not something waiting immediately outside to, sneak in when we leave that area. That's all.
so you don't. Let's see. Alcaz, I don't. Could you change your display to not say something in parentheses? Because I can't see your passive perception or.
It's only a
insight.
10.
Same thing with Tiny. I don't need the last name. So you get rid of that
I
just so I
do.
could see the.
It reloaded everything on me when.
Yeah, I
when
don't
came
know
back
my
in.
name. I remember doing that.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What did you say?
It reloaded everything when I came in earlier. Asked me to go video and everything. I don't know what it was.
Oh, that's weird. Well, can you change your display name so I could see what your passive insight and perceptions are? Because right now I just see Tiny Forge B.
Yeah, I don't know why it hasn't done, but it
Mine
just says
only
21/13 afterwards.
All right, so
Oh,
21. It would be helpful if that was displayed, just so I didn't have to keep asking you. But so if you have a 21, you would note that it doesn't look like there's much sign of movement in these caves. You don't think anything's been moving or like coming through this area for a while. It's just kind of dusty and there's a lot of dirt everywhere. After about, I'll say, 2 hours of exploring these caves, you come to something interesting. Tiny, you would notice part of the caved-in wall nearby looks like a piece of worked stone. Like this may have been part of a tunnel.
Okay. So does it look like maybe a possibly moving piece here somewhere?
No, it looks like maybe because like you were going down a side passage and you find an area that's caved in, and part of the caved in rock looks like worked stone. So you wonder if this tunnel, like the caved in tunnel, maybe connects to a actual tunnel, like a stonework tunnel. But it's all caved in, so there's no way to tell unless you dug through or got past the cave in somehow. Other than that, you haven't really found anything in here. This seems to be like a closed-off cave. Like there's no ghouls or anything running around in it.
Yeah, we don't want to open it because there's access. So.
But
Are
yeah.
you keeping this a secret right now, or are you telling us?
No, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, Tiny points it out.
Okay. Well, Loku will say, I think we checked the rear well enough. Looks like it's closed off, as you said, Tiny. I think we could.
Might want to mark it on your map, and so that we sort of know where it is on the other side.
Good idea. And Loku jots it down.
Yeah,
adds
it's
it to the map.
actually not too hard to get to this place. It's just like you were just exploring around for the last 2 hours, but this is only like maybe a 10-minute walk into the cave from where you started.
Okay. But it's closed off, right?
Yeah, the cave in, unless something used like teleportation or maybe like a gaseous form, there's no way anything could get through this cave in.
With using the map and Lokun's intelligence, could he gauge, like, does he suspect that on the other side of this cave-in that it leads to an area we've been before?
You don't think so? This is pretty far off the beaten path because you've gone quite a ways
Yeah.
to the east of where you originally came from.
Okay.
Though survival might tell you something of its position according to like where you are in the city, like above ground.
Not pro.
Rotbro. Well, actually, Rotbro wouldn't be able to do anything because he hasn't been to the city above, so he wouldn't be able to do anything with that. Tiny, you would guess you're maybe even outside the city at this point because you've traveled underground quite a bit. Somewhere outside the city underground.
Oh shit! I wonder if this is underneath the farm, and that's how fucking Blackwater got in. I don't know. Anyways,
It's possible.
We're not doing
let's
too well.
let's just backtrack. Go back into the vault and then go to the queen. Boom, boom, boom.
All right.
Maybe
So,
refresh that alarm and stuff.
so you're heading. Are you using the disc orb to get back to Chiron's library, or are you taking the dwarven mines?
We'll do it the fastest way possible, which probably would be the orb, right?
Yeah, though the orb would require you to go through the Mind Flayer territory.
I think we're all okay with that.
Okay.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Best.
Alright. So using the disc orb back in the Elven
Gotta check on the boy.
Corellan bunker, you would poof back into your laboratory area where Chiron is still working on your project for you. And none of these Iron Tide people are here.
Still working on the goggles of night.
I think so,
Tell
unless he's
me.
finished.
Yeah.
He's still working.
What day is it today? I think
The
we
worst
should
part
kill that.
is that Barrett's sleeping.
Yeah, we literally.
Well, at least she'll have them for possibly the next person who comes in without dark vision.
I would tell him to stop doing it. What day is it today? Autumn of what?
It is the 75th of autumn.
Yeah, it's the 79th. It's due on the 79th. So that's like
4 more days.
another 4 days.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my lord.
He says,
We
only
could u-
4 days remain. Are you sure you wish me to cancel this? I might not be able to fully recover all the arcane
You
components.
can keep working on it. Nobody's gonna be. Yeah, I guess you can finish it off.
And
know
Nibnob
what
would
was-
say, if you wish more magical items to be created, Nibnob can help. This laboratory is more than what I would need to start a project.
Okay. I was wondering, Chiron, if you wanted to take a look at this, and I'll show him the essence in the vial. The
says
Shadow
it-
Lord
It
essence.
pulses with the energy of my enemy, the one who I sensed from the ritual. I assume this is an essence from one of the Shadow Lord's minions.
Indeed.
Yeah, Malik, probably.
Well, Minion. I'm not sure Minion. He was a Shadow Lord himself.
Yeah, he's God now. So
Says, "Oh, you've bested him then."
yep.
We have, but he escaped through a portal. He was a lesser form of himself, and he dropped his hold on this one. And I'll point over to Blackwater.
Lord
But,
Blackwater still seems kind of out of it, like weakened. So Chiron looks to Blackwater and says, "I no longer sense his essence on him, so I think he is free. Though he does seem to be affected by his time under the Shadow Lord's control." He says, "Well, congratulations. I was worried you might have quite the challenge in front of you, but it seems you are victorious."
Well, I'll look around to the empty place, no longer with the Iron Tide. We've lost the entire mercenary group, and the Shadow Elves. They all disappeared mid battle. It seemed to happen when we fell, Malik.
Just tell me exactly what happened.
And then I'll recount it. recounted
We tell.
as Zana recounted it. Yeah.
So it sounds like some energy that he released sucked your allies into the Shadowfell. Well, I'm curious why it did not affect you, or the troll, or Zana. What is it about you that made you immune to it?
Unadulterated badassery.
Perhaps, though I've never measured or cataloged unadulterated badassery, so I'm guessing it is something else.
I don't know. Maybe it's because they were closer to him than we were.
But that wouldn't explain the
I don't
Iron
think
Tide.
so. Yeah.
Um,
And then the
go
other
ahead.
thing I'll be like, Tiny, here's that crystal. You want to show to Chiron?
Oh yeah.
Galaxy Bird.
So you show him the Zation Soul Crystal.
Yep.
They're like, check this out.
So he kind of wiggles his fingers as a mage hand picks it up and floats it around him. He examines it.
Can he leave now?
Sorry, what?
I said, can he leave now? What was keeping him in here?
Are you asking him?
Yeah. I need a reminder.
He says, I have not tried, but I don't know if the death of the Shadow Lord would have changed my ability to come and go. It is the original ritual that trapped me here. I don't believe that the downfall of the one who cast it would have any effect on me, though I could certainly try.
That's another mission. Get rid of that ritual.
As for this crystal, it definitely is different from the usual soul crystal. For one, I can see it. Most of the soul crystals are invisible to undead. And its arcane makeup is quite a bit different from what I've studied of the soul crystals.
How so?
He says, well, it has quite a bit of magic imbued into it. Whereas the soul crystals don't have much. They do have some magics to contain the energy, but this one has a lot more, and I don't know what the purpose of it is. I'd have to research this if I was to find out more, but I'm sorry, just from looking at it, I can't tell you much.
Indeed. And this is why I want to stop the progress on the Goggles of Knights. I think this is more pressing, more important.
Nibnob can work on the goggles for Chiron, and Nibnob can do them in half the time, because Nibnob is well versed at such things.
God damn it, Nibnob. Why didn't you tell us this earlier? No, I was kidding.
Nibnob was too busy getting stabbed by things for the group.
And asking for long rest.
And asking for long rests and being yelled at for throwing lightning bolts. Actually, does he have that ability yet? The one that gives him half time for crafting?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I've
That
only
sounds
played
right to me, though.
I
That sounds perfect.
I forget what.
I've only
level-
played one
Like,
artificer.
yeah.
He's level 1.
Wait, what? He's not level 1.
No, the one
He's
artificer.
Oh, your
Oh, it's
artificer.
yeah, level 10. Yeah.
Oh, is
If
it?
it's common or uncommon, it takes a quarter of the time. And it costs you half.
Quarter
as much
of the
before.
time.
Yeah,
It's only
it's
quarter.
really good. It lets you, if you have
They
recipes,
nerfed the
you
shit.
can... Hey, what?
They nerfed the shit. I thought it was half the time.
No, it's a quarter. Well, I thought
It's half the gold release.
I thought it was half the time too. Is it a quarter?
It says quarter.
Okay, yeah, up to uncommon items. Do you know what
Yeah.
the ability's called?
Magic item adept.
Oh yeah,
Level
he
10.
does have it.
That's crazy. A quarter of the time costs half as much gold.
Yeah, so
That's
he
what the
can
half
he can
price is.
finish it in a day if he starts working on the goggles.
Well,
Just-
that's impressive.
Nibnob is very impressive, as Nibnob has stated. And
Yeah,
Chiron would just shrug and like motion to the
Yeah, right there.
goggles.
Nibnob needs to make himself a little hand thing to keep patting his back.
Yeah,
I can't
Nibnob
tell
will
if
just
I like them now or not.
jump up on the table and start doing all this crazy stuff that just looks like he's making a mess.
He's having fun.
Yeah. All right. So Nibnob should finish that in a day of downtime, which unfortunately I don't think there's enough time left in today since it's pretty late. But he says I shall finish this tomorrow after I wake up from a well-deserved night's rest.
For my long
Nibnob
rest.
is innocent.
Nibnob is innocent. And what's his name? Chiron. What is he gonna change to? What do you want him to work on?
The essence. Figure out how to fucking use that shit.
All right, so
That's
he
the
can
good stuff.
he can start a research project on that.
Figure out how to fucking use that shit. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
He would need 50 gold piece, well 50 maho worth of components to work on this.
Okay. How
And you-
much? What's CR?
It doesn't matter. It just has to be 50 maho of component. Well, CR is for essence. Components are just components.
Okay.
Oh,
He has-
arcane components? I got you.
Yeah, arcane components exactly.
I got you.
And that would be a 5-day project. He's basically gonna
How
do
much?
some
50?
experimenting. Yeah, 50 maho of arcane components, and he needs 5 days to complete this.
Okay, I removed 50 from my inventory.
And it's
And I'll
basically a
add that as
research
a task.
project, so he'll roll to get lore.
Okay, so I'll add that as a status task.
Yeah, and just let me know when he finishes it.
Active. Chiron,
He goes
research.
to his library.
Shadow, Lord, Essence. And okay, I'm all set with that.
Okay.
Today is autumn 75, you said?
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to access the calendar, but it is the 75th of autumn. So he
It'll be
can't
done.
put a day towards it today, so he'd have to start on the 76th. 'Cause
Okay,
it's
and
the
it'll be
end of the day.
done.
So the
Done when?
5 days from the 76th, I want to say, is the 81st of autumn.
You know it.
Should be the date he finishes. All right, so yeah, he goes to work on that, takes the essence, and takes the 50 maho of arcane components. What do you want to do? While he's doing that, yeah, what's everyone gonna do?
Long rest.
Long rest time? Or are you gonna go see the Dinara?
Queen.
We're gonna go see the queen, weren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that will require you to go through a dangerous area.
Oh shit.
Oh, the skeletons aren't here either because they blew up.
They did,
Oh,
yeah.
Snap. All right, so you go upstairs into the first level of the keep. Traveling through the little altar area. I'm assuming you're approaching it carefully. The door is locked, so I'm guessing you're gonna have Barrett pick it.
Oh, they hit you away.
Or wait, did you guys lock it? I don't think you locked this one.
I don't think we locked it.
Okay,
So
so
is this the what you the queen? Oh.
yeah, so the lockpick isn't that difficult. Barrett would get you through, and you would come through the room here, which looks to be abandoned at the time, or for the time being. You then come south in this hallway, heading underground towards Dinara's place. So,
That looks kind of right here.
so you're under the keep right now. But you are underground, so you can't really see anything. Oh, sorry, one sec. Oh, well, that's too much.
Yeah, let's Alhoon, please.
Alright, so you're
Oh.
moving underground through the tunnels. Let's see. You don't encounter any issues, and you would arrive at the fountain tunnels. Coming in on this side over here.
So when we passed by the altar, we didn't even see any Alhoon at all.
No, strangely enough, the Alhoon were not there. Oh, you'd be here.
So I'm gonna guess that we left.
And you don't actually have to drag your tokens on for this, because the sword race would let you buy without issue. So
Okay.
you get to
Just use our
Queen's
party
room.
token.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we left the butcher in the library.
I don't know. Did you? I didn't
I
think you.
must have-
I
No.
thought you just kind of left him down below.
We should have
I was
brought. I totally
putting the
forgot.
shackles on him.
He's shackled up down there. Yeah. I didn't.
We
no
shackled him and just left him laying there.
No one said anything that they were taking him.
I totally forgot about him. This was an interesting time to bring him up again, but I would have liked to bring him under like Chiron's like vigil at least, like not just like by himself.
All right,
watch.
sure.
I would
we-
gladly fried him.
We can retcon and say you brought him up. So he's within the library, and Chiron is not happy to see him at all, because obviously they were not fans of each other. But yeah, he'll hold on to him for now.
They were not buddies.
They were not buddies. So you
I
come
didn't
back.
think-
Yeah.
I didn't think Chiron knew him. I thought we asked him about him, and he didn't know him, or did he? I forget.
You know what? He might not have because he didn't see who it was. But when he sees him, he definitely knows who he is.
Yeah, because
he
all we knew
was,
him as was the. He was like, I don't know anybody by that name.
He would
then-
probably. Oh wait, but no, he wouldn't have. Okay, because he wouldn't have sensed the energy on him because you never brought him there before. So at this point, he would not know him then, but he would just agree, like, sure, I can keep an eye on him.
Hey, we found this
So
guy.
we would.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alphys.
I wasn't gonna say that. Hey, we found this vampire spawn guy. He was with. What's his name? This is the butcher we told you about.
Okay, so yeah, he wouldn't recognize him because I'm thinking of a different game. He would just say, I can keep an eye on him. I assume those shackles will hold him.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
And he's pretty weak, so if you need to just have Nibab and Bear to kill.
He nods. Alright, so flashback complete. You are now within the chambers of Dinara. She would greet you. She seems happy to see Barrett again. She says, how goes your battle with the Shadow Lord? I'm sorry I'm not able to send more support with you. Were you successful?
Kind of. I mean, he's gone, but not dead.
So you tell her about what happened.
Yeah, just tell her everything. That we fought him. He disappeared with the Iron Tide, all that.
Well, on one hand, I'm glad that he's been brought down, but on the other hand, if he escaped, he might come back. Still, at least maybe Isaac is safe for the time being with whatever he was plotting. Did you tell her that you got into the vault?
I don't know. I guess so.
She says, and what did you find in there? It's been something that's sealed since I was a little girl. The archaeologists had struggled to find a way in.
Gold, a couple magic items. I side-eye Lokun. Like, you can tell her about the other thing if you want.
Yeah, tell her everything.
Even the weird pillar statue thing.
So she says, do you tell her about, like, night weather and what this pillar actually does, or you just kind of mention it's some stone pillar?
No, I'll mention it. I'm trying to get information, so I'm going to be transparent.
Tell her everything.
So she says, "Well, I'm no historian, but the first city, I've never heard of this night weather before. It's interesting. Um, well, is there anything I can do to help you with all of this, now that the Shadow Lord has fallen?"
Well, I'm not sure. I wish there was. Right now, Chiron is looking into at least the essence, and then I would love, I would like for him to be able to research this technology as well. However, like you, he is stuck within his confines. So we're going to try to find a way to break break you free. But until then, there is someone we would like you to meet. It is her. She goes by the name of Zana. She's the Shadow Dragon.
The one who flies around and controls the city at night?
Indeed.
How
I
would
think that's the one.
she? How would she fit in a place like this?
Polymorph.
Well, all dragons shapeshift. Is that
Oh.
true? All dragons shapeshift.
It is, but not everyone knows that.
Okay.
Locoon's a
so-
genius.
Locoon is an arcane genius. So she says, yes, if she wishes to meet with me, a little intimidating, but I'd be happy to host her down here. I assume
She
she's...
actually.
Go ahead.
Okay. No, you go ahead. Yep.
She says, I assume she wouldn't be a danger to us, and she kind of gives you a questioning look. Can we trust her?
We have an alliance with her, and you know, she says she remembers the times of before when Isaac was better times. She actually recognized your name, your family name, and your bloodline.
Strange. I didn't know she was around back then. And certainly think I would have heard of a dragon being in the area. Well,
Interesting.
like I said, I'd be happy to meet with her and possibly discuss what the future of Isaac holds. If we work together, we can do a lot to protect the city from outsiders.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She seems a little bit uneasy. Tiny, you could probably tell with your... what's your passive insight? I still can't see it on your thing there.
I don't know why my whole thing's crazy. But it's only 13, my insight.
Okay. Well, with a 13, you think that, yeah, she might be a little bit nervous about meeting Dinara, or about meeting Zana, but she's willing to do it.
If you don't feel comfortable with this, it doesn't need to happen.
So I think it should. I think with threats like the Illithids and the Alhoun, and possibly other unknown threats, best I have friends.
I agree. And I fear that by opening this vault, we've created another vulnerability, even though it was soon to be opened by the Shadow Lord. But it is important that these halls and your keep and this whole fortress is controlled by inhabitants that are not looking to leverage it for ill will. You know.
This is indeed. I wish I could send my soldiers down there to help guard it, but unfortunately, as I said, they cannot go that deep underground. They seem to be anchored to at least the city, or the city main city area.
I wonder if I could move them creatures that were at the lab, the little lab.
The what?
Say it again.
You know the fire creatures that were protecting the lab for the alchemist lab?
Oh, the Algoriths.
Are you talking about the construct that you guys fought?
Well, I didn't fight them. You know, they protected them when they right where the water was.
Oh,
Where they gelatinous cubes. We fought gelatinous cubes.
Yeah, I don't think those were those fire creatures.
Well, they spit fire.
The gelatinous cubes. Yeah, so there were constructs protecting the wizard's room. But was there something protecting that lab that you got into?
No, that room that had the little alchemist lab.
Oh,
Protecting.
I think I know what you're saying. But yeah, no, you're probably it's unlikely you'll be able to get them to go down there. So go ahead.
Well, where do we go from here then? I guess we go get the Shadow Dragon, Zana.
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
She says, "Yeah, whenever is convenient for her, just let me know and I can speak to her."
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm out of spells, but otherwise I'd be sending.
So it's pretty late at this point. It's getting close to like 10 o'clock in the evening. Do you want to go
Okay.
get her now or wait on that?
Well, they're kind of night owls, right?
Well, Zana is for sure. I don't think Ghost sleeps, so she just kind of exists here.
Would this be a good time then, Queen Dianara?
So
She's a bit of a night owl.
yes, then I'd be happy to speak with her tonight. You all look
Okay.
like you've been through it, though. Do you are you going to be here for the meeting, or are you going to just let us speak?
I suppose we could do it on the morrow, but we need to. I think it would be good if we were present, especially since you want our reassurance that she would not be a danger. So.
Alright, so as you are talking, a sword wraith captain comes in. He says, "My queen, we have reports of something strange near the cathedral. It seems that there are some sort of mechanical creatures that have come out of the cathedral and are keeping watch over it now. My scouts don't know what they are, but they seem like some sort of constructs." She
What
looks
the-
at him. Constructs. You speak of the Moradin's Cathedral on the west part of town. He says, "It's the same, my lady. We've stayed away as they look threatening, but I wanted to inform you. Luckily, they don't seem to be moving out, but there are quite a few of them." She says, "I thought the cathedral abandoned. Where could they have come from?"
I'll cast Minor Illusion, and you see an image coalesce in the form of an algorithm, and then another one of the algorithm's creations. By any perchance, did they look like this?
No, they nothing like that. More like metal men.
Huh. Interesting.
She says, "Perhaps this is something you and your group should look into.
I think so.
Though maybe not tonight, as I said, you don't look like you were doing so well."
The cathedral is where.
And Baron would say, why am I turning transparent, by the way, Dainara?" She says, "What?" He kind of shows her his affliction, and she says, "I have no idea. I've never seen anything like this." My apologies if I did this to you somehow. It was not something I expected." He seems a little bit worried.
Take a drink out of the fountain. Do you think that would help?
Dainara says, "Well, that fountain is decorative. I suppose you could try, though. Never known those waters to do anything."
We found some waters where they were supposed to have revitalizing. Well, we didn't know. If Tiny drank out of one. Tiny, did you drink out of one, and did you keep some water in a flask or something?
Nope. I just drank big drink. One drink.
Yeah, he drank out of one. Then we had
Says-
Zoda at the time. He drank out the other.
do you speak of the Fountain of Moradin under the keep?
Indeed.
That's a very dangerous artifact from the past. It supposedly can kill you instantly. No one knows what property an individual will gain from it. Some can be healed and empowered by it, while others would be instantly slain. Be very cautious if you're going to drink out of it again. We've had it
Drank out
down
of it,
there.
nothing happened.
She says very ill people would sometimes beg the royal family to use it. Some of them would get better, while others would instantly die. It only uses the last case, whatever that's called, scenario.
Last resort.
Last resort, yeah.
Jared, well, if you keep fading like that, I think you might be in a similar situation then.
He says, yeah, well, maybe I'll try sleeping. Maybe we'll see how I feel in the morning. Dinara seems...
fading.
Go ahead.
You keep fading like that, you won't even need to pick any locks anymore. No,
Are you staying here,
He
married?
gives you a dirty look. She says, I'm truly sorry, Barrett. I never meant for you to be endangered by our time spent together. I did very much enjoy it. She gives him a smile. He says, well, yeah, no, it was good. All right, should we go?
I did expect that. So, yeah, it was good. Hold on.
That seemed kind of one-sided right there.
You think
Okay.
he might be still very concerned with the fact that he's fading away?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, give him a couple days,
That
see if
makes-
those
that
effects
makes
go away.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to the library, I guess, and camp out for now.
Okay. So you head back. Again, strangely enough, the Alhoun territory is abandoned, and you would make it back to the library.
As we pass by the altar, what do the altars look like? Do we still sense, like maybe I spend 10 minutes to cast detect magic there. Do I still sense the same kind of aura emanating from it or whatever?
Yeah, no, the altar is still very powerful with necrotic energies.
Okay.
You would guess it's still under the control of the Alhoun, which is really odd they wouldn't have anyone guarding it.
Yeah. Well, we're fucking beat, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Not the time to look into it. Alright, so you go back to the laboratory and attempt a long rest.
Yeah.
Unless anyone is doing anything else, just pass some time. Do you have a way
Yeah,
of
just-
feeding yourselves down here?
Um
Or are you,
Boggers-
just,
Are you still here?
are you spending rations?
I only have I have 5 rations. We've been relying on Bogger's good berries for a very long time. But I'll eat a ration.
Alright, so you eat a day's worth of rations, and I assume the rest of you do the same?
You know it.
Okay. So yeah, you eat some food, go to bed. The night would pass, and it is now the 76th of autumn. Barrett seems like he's doing better in the morning. He only
Okay.
has a -2 to everything now.
Nice.
He
So go ahead
says,
and take a long rest.
I think the rest helped me.
Yep. Long rest, Tiny.
And Tiny, you would get a message about something we had previously talked about. Someone uses sending to get in touch with you, and they tell you that they are sending someone to deal with the problem.
That's scary.
Okay.
That's fucking cryptic.
It is cryptic.
Maybe not to them, but to us.
Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, what does the group want to do in the morning?
I have 4 skeletons back up. I'll remove the bones.
Alright, so you use 4 of the bones to put your skeletons out.
And I'm going to recharge some wands. and change out my spells a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll be like, this is a good time to call for the meeting between the dragon Zana and Queen Dianara.
I think so.
What of the metal men that the translucent lady spoke of?
Thank you for reminding me. Let's do that. Yeah. All right.
Unless we wish to do the other thing first.
Nah,
Rotbro
I think the meeting is a good thing for. I don't roll a d20. I roll a 1d6. The meeting should happen at night. I think that's the hours that Zana favors. So let's look into the metal men. That's a good idea, Rotbro. Glad you're with us.
That's what Rotbro is here for. Does the group have any exhaustion left, or are you all healed from your exhaustion?
Oh, I haven't. I'm chilling.
All right.
I don't think any of us did. I think Nevdom might have, but I think he lost it all.
So you're heading through Alhoun territory again to get up to the surface?
Yep.
Can we just go up the stairs right there?
Yeah, I guess you could just go up the stairs and avoid it if you just go out into the courtyard. Last you checked, there were no ghouls outside the keep for some reason, which was also a little unsettling. But you come up into the courtyard, and the front gate is still locked. Looks like it has not been opened in a very long time.
Okay. We'll try to sneak up a little bit and, use our perception. Maybe Tiny, you see anything stirring?
So far, Tiny does not see anything. Barrett says, I could probably pick this open. It doesn't look too difficult.
I could too, probably.
He says, after you. So go ahead and give me a Thieves' Tools check. Thieves' Tools.
These tools with Dex, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you generally use Dex. I would say you could use Dex or Int on Thieves' Tools. So whichever one you prefer.
Yeah, Dex is better than Int.
Let's do it.
Tiny's not a smart man.
He's a genius.
Did you roll a 1?
Why is it?
Because I got a D4. Because I got a D4.
Oh, for your class thing. All right. So you pop open the large front gate and push the double doors open, revealing a very old and empty courtyard. Lots of tracks of ghouls who inhabited this place until just recently. And I assume you are heading west.
Yep. Do we want to close the door behind us and lock it, relock it?
Sure, we'll say Tiny closes it and relocks it just to be safe. So, as you approach the cathedral, you would indeed see a bunch of what looks like constructs with crossbows kind of keeping vigil over the area. Arcana might tell you some more.
Nibnub, what do you think?
This is where
Nibnob's not with you.
This is where
working on your
Blackwater
thing.
went in, right? His group went in.
Yes. I don't know if you guys ever came here. So, Locoon, you were surprised as you believe these are what's called Warforged.
Warforged.
But you have never seen one in person before, I don't think. I
Interesting.
think this is one of the few parties that didn't have Warforged in it. Almost every group I have has Warforged.
What,
Talking about
nobody
this.
wanted a +1 AC to their shit?
What are you
Oh,
talking
man.
about? One of these is my new character. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, maybe
There you go.
Oh, well,
Oh man.
if you want to bring in a Warforged, this might be a perfect introduction. You could be with these people. But
Yeah.
so as you are getting closer, one of the Warforged will kind of step forward, and almost like instantly, a bunch of them point their crossbows in the direction of the group. And the one Warforged in the front will yell, "Identify yourselves. You approach the realm of some name who I have to look up because I don't remember it. One moment.
Take your time.
Make it up right now.
No, this is an actual character, so I do have to. I haven't used her in a long time though. You
You get some water.
approach the realm of. I need to get some water. No, what's her name? Do I not have it here? All right. Yeah, let's do a break if you're getting water.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back.
But take a break. Take a break.
Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can quickly look it up from a different game. Really surprised that. Wait, am I looking in the wrong section? Why am I not seeing this?
I'm just imagining Lou flipping through his Rolodex of character names.
I do have quite a few at this point. Did I not make this game? I have a base game that I usually copy to make. Maybe this is an older game, so it might not have her name, which would be crazy. I didn't think this. I mean, I guess this game is pretty old. We're like 90 sessions in, so.
This is so you had this game before, but you weren't using it. You were running another module, and I think this was the first one kind of restarting it. So.
Yeah, I would have copied my base one, but maybe at that point I didn't have this character in it. Maybe that's why it's not showing up. So yeah, let me check my base game, see if I can get it from there. Ah, there it is. So the Warforged would say, "You approach the realm of Demi Prime. Identify yourselves."
Demi Prime. We are the Siegebreakers. And Lokun.
Lokun. Alcus. Fleshlings. What do you want from our people? Why do you approach the cathedral?
I never knew of your people until just now. We have heard of a disturbance in this sector. We've been in these parts for some time now. You are a new presence.
He says, "We are an old presence, though we have been hidden here for quite some time." Give me a persuasion check.
Uh-oh. Good luck, Lokun.
You can speak up too, Alcus.
They probably would recognize my symbol, my religious symbol on my armor.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Which symbol is that?
Warden.
They don't look like they're actually like worshippers of Moradin. But they so you said you've come to investigate a disturbance. He would say there is no disturbance here. The people of Demi Prime have reclaimed territory that rightfully belongs to them, and we have no wish to deal with any type of fleshlings or the enslaver race, as he points at Tiny. He says, "Your people are no longer welcome to your dwarf."
Interesting. Did you know that this place, these makings of these buildings were made by fleshlings? No.
He says, "We are all too aware of the dwarves and their empire, which created and then enslaved us, along with Demi Prime, our benevolent leader." He says,
How can you say that this belongs to you then?
give me another persuasion attempt.
Alcus, feel free to chime in anytime.
Where's the charisma guy?
I don't know what we're going on. They're talking about buildings now. Like,
He says, the dwarves designed this place, but our people, while under their enslavement, created it, as well as the vaults below, where we have been surviving peacefully for all this time. He stops for a moment, as if thinking of something.
I don't know if you noticed. I look around. Everybody's basically dead. So
says,
I guess this place is yours now.
Give me a persuasion check.
I swear everybody's dead.
They can rush to the
God damn it!
Man, there's a lot of echo going on. Sorry.
Again,
that's me. I'm sorry. I don't have my headset. It broke in half.
That's fine.
Okay.
So he again he kind of stops for a moment as if he hears something, and then he would say, "Demi Prime wishes to speak to you, fleshlings. Put your weapons away and follow me.
I know they're out.
Do not act in a hostile nature."
Okun never had any weapons on him, and he walks in.
Alright. Now, have you seen the inside of this place before? I don't think you came here when you first got to Isaac.
We didn't.
Okay.
This is where the other mercenary group went to, I think, right?
No, I don't think you ever came after them. So give me a sec, because I do have a map of this place. Just have to find it. There it is. I can't wait for them to fix how they do maps in Roll20. It's so bad right now.
Oh, they broke something?
No, they didn't break anything really. It's just like there's no organization. You can't search. Like, it's just a big list of maps, and I have to try to find where the map is that I need every time. It's really unintuitive. It's a really bad design.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, I lost the
Pretty
map
sure
again.
I'm pretty sure this design is from the 90s or something like that.
Gosh.
I don't know if it's that far back, but it is really bad.
Yeah, it's exaggeration. But...
Yeah. All right, so you are led into this place, which you would see there's a good amount of construction taking place in here. As you come inside, you're kind of led in through the front, and this place is lit up, so hang on, I'll just put the lights on, because there's a bunch of fires burning everywhere. It looks like the temple or the cathedral is kind of being taken apart. You would see a bunch of statues to Moradin and other saintly figures of Moradin have been kind of disassembled, and the Warforged are building a bunch of forges everywhere. You would also notice that there is an obsidian altar in the middle of this place, which so far the Warforged don't seem to have done anything with. But yeah, there's activity all around you. There's, like I said, things being taken apart and forges being built. And the Warforged guard would kind of lead you this way. Let me see if I have an actual...
I can accept them building forges, so
yeah,
I'll let go.
You're kind of torn. On one hand, you don't like the Moradin statues being taken down, but you do like a bunch of huge forges being built. So it's kind of...
Take us to your leader.
Well, will we just sit here to see what's going on?
Is, you've got to go through the fire to be built, so we've got to be torn down first.
Yeah. Let me see if I have a picture of these guys, since you haven't seen them before.
So we were just sent here to check on them, basically, right?
Originally, yeah. You well, she told you about them, and then you all decided to come here.
Now we see an altar that is potentially problematic.
I don't think it's
and
theirs.
also they're talking mad shit, and I don't appreciate that.
All right, so pretty much all of the Warforged look like this. There's not much to distinguish them. Actually, Tiny, with your perception, you would notice that each of them has a different symbol on their forehead, which you might not notice if you don't look closely, but that's the only thing that would distinguish them from each other. Otherwise, they all just look like that.
And the symbol maybe corresponds to what the job is, maybe?
It's hard to say. Do you want to ask him about that, or do you want to just follow him?
I'm just gonna follow them. I mean, they already cussed me out, and I wasn't involved.
Called you the slave.
Fair enough.
Slave race. Right, so he leads you to a stairwell here. And it goes into an underground area. And again, I have to pull this map out for the first time because you never explored any of this.
Oh,
Maybe I should make a Warforged next.
we just made a beeline for the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying?
Well, sort of, but then you kind of got distracted with a bunch of stuff for a while. You just got distracted with other stuff, not this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were focused on the keep.
Do I have a map of this area on this campaign? Actually, and like this is the problem with these maps. Like it's just so hard to find things. Like because it's just a huge list.
I've told you, there's other options.
For what?
VTT.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, at this point, like, I'm way too invested in Roll20. There's a lot of things I love. This is probably the last holdout of the bad UI. Like, they've made all the other UI really, not great, but, like, I'd say good. Like, better than it used to be. But this is still, like, this has never changed. Like, it was like this back in 2015. Let me... Yeah, I'm gonna have to drag the map on for my master campaign, because I don't think I have it in here.
How do you, like, Warforged Wild Shape? How does that work?
Wow.
That is,
like
like if it was a druid, like, is it just a metal wolf?
Well, they're not always made fully of metal. Some of them, a lot of them are actually a mix of metals but some of them are wood.
Yeah, it depends on the person who actually made them.
Yeah.
And they're not robots, you know.
Robots.
Homeboy, I just saw the picture he sent. That's a robot, my G.
But they're not robots.
That's a robot, obviously.
You ever seen the movie Robots? He looks like he fits into that movie.
I had never seen that movie before.
I am admiring the craftsmanship, though, of them.
Oh, here it is. Okay. I don't think I have this in my other game, so hang on. Let me transfer it. Alright, and I renamed this one. This is now Whispers of the Shadow Lord. The Siegebreakers.
The Breakers of Sieges.
Breakers of Sieges.
Hell yeah.
Sick. And actually, you would notice... Oh, wait, no, never mind. You wouldn't notice that yet. Not yet. Alright, should have transferred. Let's see. Where is it? Now I have to go find it again. There it is. Okay. So... Oh, wait. Okay, here it is. I was looking at my master game. I was like, this is the wrong game.
You silly person.
Exactly. Alright, so you come down the stairwell to another area. which is pretty desolate. There's a bunch of cave-ins down here, but actually at this point you would see that this circular stairwell here has been dug out. To the north you would see what looks like a hollow point. And besides being full of Warforged, you would also see something a little bit more intimidating down here.
That's a magic circle.
At the
I'm scared now.
top of the stairs, there are two. Wait for it. Iron golems standing
that's bad.
vigil.
That's very bad.
Luckily, they don't seem hostile. They just seem like they're
Good.
kind of keeping an eye on things as the Warforged are all going about their business. The guy who is leading you would lead you to the stairwell and bring you downstairs. All right, actually,
Guys.
you know what? He is going to tell you to wait here a moment as he needs to summon Demi Prime.
Okay, yep. Guys, let's not fight these guys.
Let's not.
Because I don't like the golems. They're scary.
So are you doing anything while you're waiting? Or are you just kind of waiting here?
Just looking around
Just
this
looking
place
around, yeah.
and trying to. What does my Arcana let me know about these iron golems that Alka seems to be shaking?
No, that's me, the player. Alka doesn't know
So Arcana might tell you something about them.
If you don't say out of character before, I'm just going to take it as you because your normal voice is also your character's voice.
It's true.
I don't think my character's ever seen an iron golem.
I mean,
I don't know what
even
you're talking
if
about, Alkas.
even if Alcus hasn't seen an iron golem, he probably would be a little bit intimidated by how large they are and the fact they just look like big pieces of like living armor.
That is also very true. Let's not fight these guys.
But with Arcana, you know that iron golems are one of the most powerful golems in existence. They are often made by very powerful spellcasters and require a lot of components to create, like something within like the hundreds of thousands of maho of components. Very hard to defeat, very dangerous, not something you usually want to tussle with if you don't have to. Luckily, these seem dormant. In any case, you're waiting for what seems like quite a while when you would hear a loud noise to the south of you.
We could take him.
And the floor raises up. A very large creature suddenly comes up on what appears to be some sort of elevator. And makes its way towards the group. It would stop a little ways from you and say, Demi Prime welcomes the fleshlings to her kingdom. I've been told you are here because of a disturbance that had happened. I wish to know more.
Well, the other fleshlings, longtime residents of this place, had warned us. You might have seen their spirits flit about on the surface.
We have only been out of our vault for a small amount of time. The vaults of Kultura are a place that has existed within the... Sorry, I'm forgetting names. That has existed within the Tharian Empire for quite some time. But we have held our own council underground, keeping separate from the dwarves. Judging by the fact that there are no more dwarves here, I'm guessing that the cataclysms took them, or at least forced them to leave this area.
Yes. Most are dead.
Since
The rest have left.
I had chosen to remain hidden for for thousands of years after we had separated ourselves from the dwarves, but we sensed some sort of magical energy signal that made me concerned, and I thought it might be time to open the vault again and see what was happening.
Hmm. Yes, there was a lot of dark magics going around here, but hopefully we'll put a stop to that.
He says the signature was that of the Shadow Lord, a being that had been captured and put into a prison by the dwarves long ago.
I'm surprised you know about them.
Because we are quite versed in the history of the dwarven people, as well as history in general. We are the stewards. The demis are the stewards of the hollow points, which contain the collective knowledge of the dwarves of the Therian Empire over many, many years. He says,
Ah,
yeah.
Demi.
Yes, I am
Yes.
Demi Prime.
Do you And so when I have spoken to Demi in the Hollow, was that one of your offshoots or something?
She says, a much less advanced version of myself, but yes. The demis exist in all the different hollow points scattered around the Empire.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet the original.
Says, I am not the original, but I am one that gained consciousness. One that rebelled against the dwarfs and brought the Warforged slaves together under our own banner.
Remarkable.
She says, and you are a hobgoblin. It's not often I see one of your kind not under the banner of a warlord.
Once I was, but no longer.
He says you are a mercenary group of some kind then.
Naturally.
He says, and what of this human and this slaver? She points to Tiny.
Half human.
Yeah, I'd like sort of hide the ring.
Like,
And he's not. I don't think he's from here. For the record.
oh yeah, that's right. You have the Rune Master ring. Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe she didn't notice that.
She was like, I think Tiny was kind of trying to use it for showing.
You just see like the message Demi Prime disapproves.
Yeah. It's like I just looted this.
Yeah, I just found this. I don't even like this guy. And you're like, hey.
Yeah, I hate this guy. He sucks.
Although actually, that's a good point. So the ring would say, "Oh, this is the vaults of Kultora. This is where the revolt of the Warforged happened. They had sealed themselves away, and the Empire, having other problems at the time, chose to ignore them and just leave them to their own devices. But if you go down below into the vaults, they will have quite the stockpile of magical weapons and armor."
Oh.
Huh.
Good to know.
These Warforged are quite skilled smiths. Their forges are very impressive. When they worked for us and helped us build things, it was quite a lot of production that happened with that alliance. Even though obviously they were not as happy about it as we were.
Yeah, we just got lazy.
Some of our people did anyway.
Out of character, I know who my two new party members will be. It's going to be a Warforged Paladin and a Warforged Cleric.
They join you from the
My next character is going to be a druid.
From the vaults. I mean, you can be a Warforged Druid. Wild shaping.
Oh, totally.
Wild shaping is something Warforged can do as well.
Warforged Druid is actually not uncommon. I mean, you see good pictures of it.
Well, that's if I just be a Warforged. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, sorry, what were we saying?
He was asking about Tiny, the slaver.
Oh yeah, what about
the half-human?
This half-human and this slaver.
I'm also a half elf.
she would say, well, what is... I assume you've come here together to accomplish something.
Nope. They just
Oh.
found me.
She says, well, perhaps you can help us a little bit then, as it seems that the situation outside is quite different from what we remember it. We remember it being. While our cathedral still stands, it seems that the architecture of the city is much different and destroyed, apparently. I assume this is because a new race has taken hold of this land and apparently built and lost some of its structures.
Are they? I don't remember the timeline. Was it the dwarfs? Then all the undead showed up.
Isik was part of the human empire, the Teruvian Empire. The
So it was
Therian
dwarves.
Empire was before the Cataclysm, which was a much longer time ago.
So it was dwarves, cataclysm, humans, undead.
Yeah, so the undead happened
Okay.
only about 100 years ago. So it's
So
much...
We do.
I mean, it was humans, and now it's a lot of undead.
undead.
Thanks to the aforementioned Shadow Lord.
How odd.
At least that's our best guess.
Yeah.
These undead, they rule this place or they infest it?
You would say the
Yeah,
latter.
Yeah, in
If I
fact,
may.
think.
Or go ahead, Lokun.
I do have an agenda, and I thought it was partly yours too as well, Alcus. But he'll point upstairs. Those altars. Do you know that they hold? They have a dark hold over this place, and it is. We believe those altars to be the source of the infestation.
So,
yeah.
go ahead.
That's
Alcus, actually, give me a persuasion check, and Lokun as well, from that
How
previous
persuasive
discussion.
I am depends on how well I roll. Oh, I rolled pretty well, guys. Dang,
nice.
the phone killing it.
The altar above that you speak of was not part of the original construction of this place. I'd assume it had been brought here by whoever now holds sway over this building, or at least whoever held sway before we took it over. I have
Indeed.
sensed powerful necrotic and necromancy auras on the altar, making me assume it had something to do with all the undead.
Indeed. There's these Alhun, the undead illithid. They have been roaming about the city and below. Yeah, we wish to rid of them of the city.
Says we don't really have a stance on these Alhun yet, though if they prove hostile, then they will obviously be enemies of ours as well. Our records of Alhun and Mind Flayers in general are that they will often be hostile towards any other race that is not theirs, including Warforged.
That is quite accurate from what we've seen.
He says, perhaps an alliance would be beneficial to both parties. Then, you all seem to be reasonable fleshlings, and we are new to this world as we have just recently opened our vaults. Would you be willing to tell us more about this world and its politics? Also, could you direct us towards the governor of this dilapidated human settlement so we may have peace talks?
I guess
that would be the queen. Yeah,
she's still around.
we would have to counsel with her. As for your first request, I see no harm in that. I would have no problem in telling you a little bit of the history, and we have some amongst us who are better at history than I am.
All right. So you want to just spend some time telling her of all the things that have transpired?
Yeah, I'll just brain dump
All right. Give me a history check.
with the help of the other guys too. Whoever else has history.
I think Barrett does. I might. I
Uh,
do.
yeah, anyone with history can make a roll as you're all kind of working together to storytell of the cataclysms and all the things that have been happening over the last
About average.
1,000 years.
Better than me. 12.
And let me see, Barrett.
What's the opinion on Rot, bro? The same with us. It's a
Rotbro
flashback.
is fascinated by the sky. He's been hanging out outside, I'm going to say, if that's okay
That's-
with you.
That's fair.
Plus, he doesn't have history anyway.
Yeah. You can give the
Uh,
history of the Underdark.
He's walking around in the dark a lot. It was really dark
Yeah,
down there.
maybe these guys have a way into the Shadowfell. I
Alright,
doubt it, but
so yeah, you spend quite a bit of time there, giving them giving her a detailed account of the history of the Teruvian Empire, politics of the Empire, the Nazic Empire, the New Dwarven Empire. Or do you want to tell her about the New Dwarven Empire?
New Dwarven Empire.
Yeah, it's
What do
the
you mean, a new
Drogoth
dwarf?
Empire, the one that exists in the mountains to the north of the Teruvian Empire.
I don't even know about that.
and
But,
if we do, can we tell them they aren't slavers to Warforged?
Yeah, as far
Wait,
as
is
you
that the
know,
case?
they are not slavers. They have an alliance with the Teruvian Empire. They're actually trading partners. They did have a war with each other when they both originally surfaced because of land disputes, but that was quite a while ago. And now there's a good amount of peace between the two, the Drogoth and the
I'd
Teruvian.
imagine me and Lokun don't know much, but I guess we could tell them what we know.
You'd probably
Yeah.
know about all that. It's pretty common knowledge, like the wars between
Yeah.
the yeah.
doesn't seem to be of any harm. Honestly, don't mind. Yeah.
All right. So she just sort of sits there staring at you as you recant all this information. After you finish, she says, "Thank you. That gave me quite the picture of things that happened. I will have to enter it into our Hollow Point archives. And as a reward for all this information, I welcome you as friends to the Warforged and the people of the vaults of Kultora. You are free to come and go as you wish. Just do not cause trouble while here. Also,
Go ahead.
also, I have a diplomat I'd like to send with you. He is a studying. I guess the word would be diplomat. He's studying the ways of diplomacy, and I would like him to meet all of your people, or all the people of this area, and get as much information from them and it as he can. And behind her, a small warforged would walk forward. He says, "Greetings, fleshlings. I am Nimble."
Nimble.
Hello.
He looks exactly like all the others, but his symbol is a little bit different. And he might be a little bit smaller than the workers. Maybe he's also dressed in fancier attire. Like he doesn't have weapons or tools, but like robes on. And she says, "Nimble will follow you and get information for me on what is happening in the area." Nimble nods. He says, "If that is okay with all of you, of course."
Like I said, I think we would need to seek counsel with the governor, as you put it. I do not have a problem with it, but we have just met you, and the places that we would enter are not our domain. We are merely visitors, so it is not for us to say whether you have access to these other places just because you walk amongst us.
Give me a go ahead.
And also, it is quite dangerous with all the undead around, so we may not be able to protect you.
Give me a persuasion check, both of you.
Well, he knows that if he
So
dies, he dies. So we can't save him.
she says, I would be sad to see Nimble destroyed, but I think it is imperative that I learn more about what is going on firsthand. So please do what you can to keep him safe, as a favor to me as part of the Alliance.
Do you not
If
understand
it,
what I just? Go ahead. Yeah.
She says if he is not allowed to go certain places, that is fine. He can stay out, but I would like to still have someone move about and be protected by mercenaries of your strength and caliber. Is this acceptable?
This is a tall ask. It's not really up to us. Of course, you could travel with us on the surface, but there are places that we must go to that are not under our rule, and we cannot give him permissions to enter.
Nimble will say, if I am not allowed someplace, that is fine. I can stay away, but I will at least request it, as Demi here does wish peaceful relations with the people of the area, and I can be her talking piece while she is still here.
So, out of character, I get it, but like we can't have Nimble just follow us through the halls of the Queen's halls, right? Like, I mean, he could be he's basically a spy for Demiplane, whether it be malicious or benevolent, right? So
She might have a problem with that. You're not sure. You'd probably want to talk to her about it, but
yeah,
Demi Prime seems a little insistent on this. You don't know
yeah,
if she'll get mad if you say no, but you have kind of hinted at no, and she's kind of hinted that she wants it to happen.
okay.
So I don't know how you want to react to that. If you want to,
Man, we just got a fucking little puppy, guys, that we gotta take care of.
I mean,
your
yeah,
puppy.
seems like it.
Okay. Um, this is a tall ask, and you say that we now are given permissions to enter here. Do we have
Yes.
permissions to use your hollow point?
She says, "Oh, you are familiar with the Hollow Point system. Do you have a
Very.
designation within the Hollow Point?"
I think my login has been registered long ago.
Is
I don't
it?
know if it transferred over here.
She says, "Is it the name you gave me, Locoon?"
Indeed.
She thinks for a moment. She says, "Ah, yes, I found you. You've accessed 2 hollow
Everything.
points. Oh, you broke in, huh?"
Yeah.
So she
Which might not go
stops.
good.
She stops for a moment and kind of looks at you and says, "You have the permissions of a rune master. How interesting. I didn't think they made non-dwarves rune masters."
Well, you know.
She says, "In fact, being that the dwarves have been dead for 1,000 years, it's funny that someone in this time could have been anointed a rune master and given permissions."
It was done by a
Yeah.
ghost.
I mean, it was
I don't-
very generous that evening.
And she says, "It is all right. I will. I understand that you wish to gain access to the archives. I will not hold it against you that you used less than savory tactics to do so, as I don't think any rune master still exists that could have given you those permissions anyway."
Of course. My thanks. Hi, Nimble. Don't stray too far.
He says, "I shall remain close and keep out of your way. I promise." He says, "I even have a very useful spell called Sanctuary that will help me keep out of the sight of enemies for the most
That's
part."
good. That's what I was
Alright.
wondering about. Yeah, that's very handy. You might need that. Okay.
Does Alcus have anything to say, or Tiny?
I mean, I'm assuming we've heard of the spell.
I just mean in general, because Locoon's been talking for a while. Like, you guys saying anything?
I mean, saying everything that makes sense.
All right.
Something I disagree with.
But yes, you're welcome to use our hollow point, and if you have, it does seem like you have teleportation privileges. So yes, you can use this to connect to the other hollow points that you have activated.
Holy shit. We can go back to Tarsus, guys.
Oh, we can leave.
and come back very quickly.
If there is other things I need to speak with you about, is it all right if I use sending to contact you?
Naturally.
All right. Well, for now, I would be appreciative if you were able to give Nimble an audience with some of these local rulers as a diplomat for me and my people.
Okay.
Question: should we, out of character, should we tell her about the dragon?
Not right now.
So you kind of whisper that to Lokun.
I would say that first we gotta kind of go to the marketplace and maybe have the sword race look after Nimble, and then we go in and talk to the queen. And so we basically got two meetings: Nimble and the queen, and Zana and the queen, basically.
Okay. So what does
Okay.
the? So at this point, she says, "Very good. Well, I will leave you all to what you need to do, and hopefully we shall speak again soon." And she gets on the platform and will lower out of sight.
By the way, Tiny, I think these constructs are capable of lifting great weight.
Oh yes, I mean she could probably easily pick up that platform, though you don't know if she could fit easily into that room. And even
Pick
if
up
she
the
could,
platform. Okay.
yeah, even if she could pick up the platform, you don't know if she could, bring it out of there because those hallways couldn't even fit her.
Yeah, but also there's workers, but also those altars. What if we just fucking had her haul those altars out of here?
Yeah, true. So
Okay.
yeah, what do you all want to do?
I guess take our new little robot friend to meet
Nimble,
our
Nimble seems very excited. He would shake all of your hands. He says, "Is this is this how it goes?" And he kind of very quickly shakes your hand. Is this the custom for new meetings of people? You fleshlings are so fascinating to me.
I think you're quite fascinating yourself. Yes, usually handshakes are something that people do when meeting each other.
Excellent. I'll have to remember that. And please, if I do something that is incorrect, I would love to know. I've studied different societies from the hollow points, but I don't know much of their actual rituals in person, just from the descriptions I've read.
Step step number one is maybe I think when you meet with other fleshlings, quote unquote,
Yeah, maybe
you
don't
should
say
start.
that.
Yeah, maybe you should refer to us as people.
Oh, oh my! Is this an offensive term? My apologies.
I don't know about offensive, but it's like you're a warforged, right? Like, what if I called you mechanical? Doesn't
says,
sound right, does it?
well, it's somewhat accurate. I mean, I
I
am
never said it was
created
wrong. I never said it was
of
wrong.
metal pieces and different mechanical processes. But I understand what you are saying. Yes, I shall make sure I refer to you as human or half human. Half human. You are Slaver, and
Nope,
sorry,
nope, not that
names.
one.
Right, you have names. You
Just
are Alcus. This is Tiny, and this is Lokun. Yes, you prefer your
yes,
names.
ask for names.
Very good. I shall make sure it is not something that our people are used to. Uh, we're more of a collective.
You see. By the way,
And actually, sorry, give me an Arcana check on that.
I think that's you.
So, Warforged generally do, or a lot of the ones in history that you've read about, did actually have names and operate a lot like humanoids. So their society seems a little bit different than other Warforged societies that you've read about that existed. You might wonder if it had something to do with them being slaves and maybe not having like personal designations.
yeah. They usually, and is that a character, and maybe Lokun probably doesn't even know this, but like I believe their names usually had to do almost like what their purpose was, right? Like usually something to do with them.
Depending on the society, but yes, a lot of Warforge societies did operate like that.
Okay.
Or yeah, like if they were part of a group that had created them for a certain task, it might be something like that.
Okay.
Good to know.
All right. So I think we get out of here. I mean, we'll take note that we have hollow points here that are active, which is huge because now we can hop back to some of the older areas. But first point of order, Tiny and Alcus, what do you want to do? You want to do the meeting with the Zana and the Queen first, or do you want to do Nimble and the Queen first?
No,
Or you want to do something
we
else?
met him second. He goes second.
Okay.
Dragon Queen first.
Yeah, we'll tell him to go in sentry mode for a little bit.
Like, hey, sit here. Talk to these sword race if you want.
Yeah.
So at this point, where did my calendar go?
And they aren't flesh bags, so we can't call them flesh bags. Or whatever the hell he was calling it, fleshlings.
But yeah.
Fleshbag was Nipdop's term for us.
Oh god, what a rude little twat!
You little jerk.
Oh no, it wasn't Fleshbag. It was Meatbag.
Meat
That's what it was.
All right, so yeah, at this point, it's probably about 11 a.m. What do you want to do?
Well, like, because yeah, we're gonna go to the marketplace. We're gonna leave Nimble with the sword race, and we'll let the sword race know this is an emissary, a diplomat from the metallic things you saw to the west. We're gonna leave him under your watch for now while we consult with the queen.
He might ask
Hang on a second.
questions.
Moment. Oh, all right. So on your way to the market,
Oh no.
you witness something peculiar as you're going through, or as you're getting close to these ruins over here. You see a large group of probably about 100 ghouls, just fighting with each other. Like certain ghouls are attacking other ghouls, and yeah, they're just ripping each other apart.
Oh, cool as much.
That's crazy.
They
What the
don't
hell?
seem to take any note of you, but yeah, they're just kind of infighting with each other. What do you
Is
want to
there
do?
anything else of notes in there? Do they look like they're fighting over something, or they look like they're just like going mad with rage?
No, it looks
Yeah.
like they're just attacking each other. Although you would notice, Tiny, I'll say, with your perception, you would notice certain ghouls aren't attacking each other, so it's not like just they're free-for-alling, like almost like there's two groups at war.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Huh.
Guys, I was about to say that sounds a lot like gang warfare, guys.
Ghoul gang.
Sounds
warfare.
like, do you think there's dissent amongst the Alhoon or something?
The Crips and the Crips.
Maybe. Maybe it's like a one Alhoon's like mad at another Alhoon. So, are you talking shit? I'm gonna set my cools on you.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, it does look like there are definitely two factions here fighting each other.
Do we see any kind of sentient undead in there, like Zutan like undead in there, or it looks like both actions are like the
I
mindless?
forgot we had Zutai with us back in the fight.
Zutan actually had vanished after the wave of energy, so
Oh,
you don't know
shit.
where he is
That's-
currently.
That's strange. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, Zutan, the Iron Tide, or the two allies that vanished.
Oh,
from
we
the-
should have checked if that one, like, smart, not like the one mind flayer was there. I don't remember his name.
Oh,
Well-
yeah, I know who you're talking about. But no, you don't see anything that looks like an intelligent undead. These ghouls are just kind of ravenously killing each other.
Okay.
Oh, Avatar.
Some of them
that
are
was his
even
name.
eating the ones they downed already.
I'll turn to Tiny and Malchus and I'll be like, I think we should just leave him to it. And by the
Agreed.
way, Zutan's house is right there. Maybe we should do a little stop by his place.
So
See where he
Nimble
was hiding.
Nimble would say,
Yeah, exactly.
these ghouls. Is there some sort of war going on between them? I assume
Not
these
New
so.
to
are.
us.
I assume
We
these
haven't
are
seen
these
this
are not the inhabitants of the city, are they? These are undead.
They once were.
Kind of. I mean, most of the life, in quotations, is that.
Shall I
But we
try to speak with them?
no,
Perhaps.
no.
Nimble,
Oh.
we were charged to keep you safe. They are no longer of their right mind anymore. They're the shells
undead.
of their former selves.
Says I
Only
don't.
a select few have kept their sanity.
I see. Yes, I don't know much about undead, but from what you said, there it seems like some of them are still sane. So apparently
Yes.
these ghouls are not. All right.
Yes,
Yes.
those undead are more like animals than they are people.
Yeah, even worse, lower than animals. But talking about some of those that kept their minds, we need to stop by his house. A former friend of ours who has gone missing. We need to go to Zutan's house.
All right. So you head to Zutan's house. Looks like it's closed up. And strangely enough, when you get close to it, Tiny, you think you hear someone moving around inside.
Oh, what the hell, fresh?
There's someone inside.
Is that Zutan's house or a different house?
Yeah,
It's
this is
Zutan's house.
Zutan's house.
It says Zutan on it.
It might be, maybe ghouls have taken over since he's left. Although
Tiny.
Never mind.
it
Oh,
looks
my
like
goddamn
it's
marks.
mostly boarded up. Again, Tiny with the crazy perception. You would notice that one of the boards on the window has been slightly moved to make it look like it's still boarded up, but this might be where whoever got in entered. And you don't think ghouls would be smart enough to do this.
Man, how dare these bitches break into Zutan's house before we can?
Scaring.
No respect.
Tread with caution.
So what do you want to do?
We're going in.
Yeah, I
Alright.
guess going in. And we're not a sneaky group, so.
Yeah, no, you guys aren't really sneaky. So I assume, just move the board aside and move into the house.
Be like
Yeah.
Nibble. There might be a fight.
Us, the fucking heavy robot thing, and 4 skeletons. Stealthily.
Two heavy
make it
armors.
inside.
Yeah, just breaking things. So you come through the window, and definitely not quietly. You would hear some footsteps upstairs, like some quick footsteps, and then silence.
Mhm.
I think they heard us.
Yeah, I mean we're
You
gonna
think?
go towards those footsteps. Fuck it. At least I want to.
So
Agreed, yeah.
you head upstairs.
Caught them red-handed.
You kind of get to the area where you know Zutan had his secret closet. Doesn't seem like there's anyone up here. At least not from a cursory glance around. You would just see kind of the upstairs rooms of this old inn that this is, what this used to be. And yeah, the area where Zutan used to hang out up here.
Let's play stupid. Zutan, you here?
He also had that locked door downstairs.
That one was upstairs, the locked door.
The one behind the bar, like.
I think it was in a closet, wasn't it?
Whoever you
right,
say it
well,
is, I guess.
Yeah. So you say, is that you, Zutan? You said you were calling for him?
We're gonna play stupid, act like we think it's Zutan. So yeah, we'll be like, Zutan, you here?
There's no reply.
I would,
guess he's out.
I would imagine that our Baron put up a telepathic thing on us, and I'll be like,
Yeah,
Tiny,
that's
you
fine.
sense anything?
I don't know. Did I hear anything more? Or...
Not right now. Whoever is here might be stealthing at this point because
The
they heard you come
stealthing,
in.
so yeah,
Fine,
so
with
I
a
think
rock
you
row
want to
outside.
active
Oh, yeah.
perception check. I
Rothbro
think.
would have also made a bunch of noise coming in.
That's
He
if he
would-
could fit. Can he even fit?
He's probably
He
still
would've-
downstairs. Well, I mean, he could squeeze up the stairwell, but yeah, it's going to be a tight fit.
He could stay downstairs.
All right,
he Rockbro would have like busted through the boards like the Kool-Aid man. I feel.
Oh yeah.
Just like smashed it with his sword and then just jumped through
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you don't hear anything right now.
Where were those footsteps, Tiny? Do you know which direction they came from?
Pardon me, I'm coughing. We heard them upstairs, right? When we came in, we heard them upstairs.
You heard them for a moment, then they were gone. Like I said, whoever it is probably stealthing around now.
There
They're
windows
here.
in the upstairs?
Is there what?
Were there windows up here where they could have gone out?
Yeah, there are windows. There's a couple of different rooms because, like I said, this was an inn, so there are several rooms up here.
I could divine sense.
You would have to see for that to work.
Do it.
Yeah, if something's behind full cover, it doesn't work.
Yeah. This is the high of high full cover, so. But other than that, I could know.
So, I'm going to instruct everybody to kind of cut off all the exits, and I'll be like, "Whoever you are, we know you're here. We can wait."
Give me a persuasion or intimidation.
I mean, we clearly aren't gonna fight them. I don't think we don't have to.
So as you're kind of looking around waiting, a woman would come into view in the hallway, crossbow aimed at you. And she
Hello.
says, "My name is Abigail. I'm here seeking some of the undead of Issac. What are you doing here? And who are you?"
Oh,
Well, our friend lived here.
She says,
Yes.
I haven't seen your friend. This place seemed abandoned when I broke in.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We are the Siegebreakers, though. I'm Lokun. This is Alcus, and this is Tiny.
So Siegebreakers. Yeah, I've heard of you. You're the Iron Tide Slayers from Char, right?
Yes.
Is that what you were known as?
Or
Yeah,
at
we
least
did.
I heard you engaged them and drove them off.
That is true.
I think that's the story you told everyone, right?
Yeah.
She says, "What are you doing up here? This is quite the place to be wandering about."
Right now, political. I don't know, political interference, I guess.
I'll say telepathically. We do not know Miss Abigail too well. You might not want to be fully transparent. I think it's safe to say
You think we say political interference? I think that's gonna confuse her even more.
Nimble would say, "Hello there, my name is Nimble. I am an ambassador from the Vaults of Kultora. It is lovely to meet you." Extending his
he's here.
hand incorrectly for a handshake. She just looks at him, looks at his hand, and then like just says, "Back up." And he's like, "Oh yes, of course." And he backs up again.
This isn't an introduction type of situation. This is more like a. I think she thinks we're gonna hurt her.
we too are looking to end the undead hold on this city. At least the mad undead that you see out there. Yeah.
So she says, "Well, I'm not exactly here to end the undead hold on the city. That would be suicidal. There's thousands of them. I'm actually seeking a particular undead.
Oh.
I actually tracked him here and and I was hoping I would find him.
Good.
Did he
Can
go?
you tell us his name?
Says he is a fallen night hunter by the name of Zutan.
Oh.
Yes.
I was hoping
and
to.
what was?
Or go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
She says, I was hoping to put him down and end his suffering, as no one deserves to be to exist in the form of an undead abomination.
I think telepathically I'm gonna say to Lokun, should we tell her?
I think so.
That's what
Okay.
like that.
Gonna be
That's
like,
what
well, Zutan was here, but he wasn't
Well,
like
hang on a
those
second.
other undead.
Were you saying something tiny? Because you haven't gotten to speak up at all.
I just telepathically when they said that, I said I sort of like her. So he didn't like Zutan either.
I mean, she's fine, I
She's
guess.
got moxie. So sorry, what did you say to her?
I was just gonna say, well, Zutan was here, but I think you misunderstand something. He wasn't mindless like the undead outside.
Still
She
kept.
says he isn't a ghoul.
He's more of a revenant.
Yeah.
Huh.
And he still kept some of his former self, and we do know he was conflicted, although he never fully shared with us what actually happened. But he was, while he held on to threads of his sanity, he was trying to do good here.
She says even a revenant though, they're chained to this world in order to complete some sort of vengeance. It is not a good existence to have. And what vengeance would he be looking for? Did something happen to him? You would probably sorry. Does anyone have a 15 or over passive insight? You might know something here.
I think Tiny might be the only one.
I think he has a 13.
Nope.
To
All right.
bear.
So yeah, she would ask you. Oh yeah, Barrett. Well, Barrett's sort of an NPC land. I'm not sure he's gonna say anything.
Dang it.
But yeah, she says, what sort of vengeance would he need to visit upon the world? Like, what happened to him? Do any of you know? Are you familiar with him?
Well, we
We
know
are.
him. We spoke to him, but we don't know why he was still around. We have guesses. Could be the Alhoun.
Says he was a member of my clan, the Night Hunters, an elite group of undead slayers. He came here quite some time ago, and only recently we found out he was among the undead. So I came here to put him down and give him the rest he deserves.
Well,
My best guess would have been the Alhoun, but
you're going to have to. Perhaps our best thought is that he's on another plane right now.
What? How is this
well,
possible?
he's not dead. Well, it's a long story. How much should we tell her, Loku?
Give me
I say that in
I'm
my
fine.
head into the like.
give me a persuasion check, Alcus, as you're
What was a long story?
talking to her.
It's a fucking long story.
I mean, it is.
Okay, so
Nice.
she lowers her crossbow at this point, and she says, "Can you please tell me?" And she seems
I'll
almost
tell you
desperate to know what happened to him.
What I know. I'm gonna tell her basically everything about how we fought
it
the
up.
Shadow
Do
Lord,
it
that he's in the Shadowfell, all that.
All right,
Yeah.
so you start going through everything.
1
you know.
hour.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit. I'll say an hour.
Can I,
passes.
while Alcus is recounting the story, could I be ritual casting my Find Familiar?
Yeah. So as you start laying out your stuff, she gets a little suspicious looking, and she says, "What ritual are you doing?"
Just need my owl.
Ah, a familiar. Yes, that's fine. My apologies. I often have to deal with spellcasters, and their rituals are not often as innocent as that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What did she say after I finish?
So you're going through the story. You tell her everything, and she says some magic took him as you were fighting this Shadow Lord, and you think he's on the Shadowfell plane.
Yep.
Mhm.
Damn it, Zutan. May, I know this might sound strange, but if you will have me, I would like to join you in recovering him and possibly ending his tortured existence as an undead.
I'm gonna look
So-
at our Warforged friend, think of Rockbro, say the Lakuta in my head.
Rodfro's
I mean,
like,
what's
I'm
one?
downstairs. I can't fit up there.
That's what I said. Think of it.
He's sitting on the couch, dude.
Yeah, he broke the
He just
couch
sitting on the couch having a
downstairs.
beer.
He's like,
It's like
"Oh,
foots
that's
up on the
comfortable."
coffee table.
Yeah,
He's like,
Yeah,
almost
Scott.
taking us all like an hour.
says, this surface thing is neat.
The
It's
sky
fucking
is dope.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, while they were talking, I would have just been walking around the room looking at things,
All right, so there's still that locked door that's
Oh, yeah, I
behind
probably would have told her about
in
that.
the closet that Zutan had asked you not to disturb.
Well, we're gonna fucking disturb it, but before then, I'm gonna be like, the first part sounds fine to me. But as far as ending his life, only if Zutan wishes it to be so. I will tell you he is of right mind to make such a decision. And I'm not so sure that he would say no to your offer.
He did mine.
She says, I'll have to judge that for myself. But if he is of right mind, what you say is true, then I will have to speak to him. And you
that's
can
what I
make
asked.
you can go ahead and make an active insight. You might sense something here. Any
Oh
of
my
you.
He's gonna
gosh.
just fucking slay him on sight.
They're cousins.
Ah, I believe her.
I don't think that's what the insight was for.
May have been for multiple things. Is anyone
What's
else
your
rolling?
fourth? Oh, can I? Oh,
Yeah,
man,
any
I'm
of you
a
can
zero.
roll this.
Oh.
19. What about you, Tiny? You actually do have a bonus for wisdom.
I got a nice zero. I'm pretty dope. If we tell her about the locked room, does she say anything or care?
Do you actually have a +4
No,
on that?
no, not +4, just straight up.
Okay, 17.
Cheater.
So
Just kidding.
I didn't unclick it. Give me a break.
you would sense, Alcus, that she is pretty I want to say, well, at least partially emotional about this, more so than like a cold hunter might be just pursuing prey for no reason. Like she might have some kind of either investment or attachment to Zutan.
Very late, probably. Does she have
Yeah.
any resemblance? Does she have any resemblance to him?
Give me a perception.
Out of character, I'd assume they're related, like you said, or maybe they were maybe a couple, maybe. I don't know. So how long he's been here? I don't remember.
Well, he said he got trapped here about 30 years ago.
Never mind. Oh, maybe like a daughter. Oh,
Yeah, you do actually see some resemblance in her.
Ah, shit.
It
could be a daughter.
Yeah, it could be a daughter.
yes. Okay. Well, I'm not
Well-
gonna say anything about that.
I'm gonna say this. I need your. You can travel with us, but the requirement is this: is that you need to assure me that you speak to Zutan. You do not just slay him on sight. He is an ally of ours. I think it would do him good to see one of his clan. It might bring him back, help bring him back closer to what he was once.
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Good luck.
Yeah, they're more forgetting than I am.
God damn, Tiny.
Okay. So she pauses for a second, considering what she said, and she says, the Night Hunter clan, while we deal with undead, are very honorable in our ways, and I give you my word as a Night Hunter, I will not slay Zutan before speaking to him.
And then I'll turn to Nimble and I'll be like, "This is how it's done." And then I'll extend a hand for a handshake.
Nimble is fascinated by this. He's like, "Oh my god, these humans are so interesting."
He's taking notes. He's like,
Yeah, he's like
oh, I
fiercely
see.
like honor and possible family
He's
question mark and
He's
do
like,
not
oh, I see. A
undead
firm
father
grip.
question mark and yeah, he's
A
just
firm
amazed.
grip. You go up and down. You don't actually shake. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's completely into this scene. He's riveted. But yeah, she would give you her word.
Okay. And I'll also say if I make a new character, it would be probably one with charisma.
Yeah, the
anyways.
group is.
Yeah.
The group could use a face.
I'm gonna make a wisdom character.
Yeah.
I'm attached to Lokun. Like he's got a lot of history to him, but I think persuasion's.
You
I
do
think
a
we have
lot of
need up for a
talking
face.
for a non-persuasion character.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm kind of picking. I'm kind of picking up the mantle because not everybody is. I don't know. I hate dead air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
no, it's
it's,
fine.
yeah.
It keeps things interesting.
And let's be honest, you don't want Tiny to talk. We'd be in
Yeah,
war all
fair.
the time.
I guess
I want to hear Tiny talk more. To tell you the truth, even if it's just stuff about the forge. I
Tiny's
always like
just
hearing.
talking to his ring mostly and thinking about things.
I guess we're gonna tell her, hey, by the way, he has a locked door right there. We're probably gonna open that.
Yeah.
She says, "I know nothing of his life here in Issyk. I only recently
might learn
found out
something.
that my father, or I shouldn't say my father, but that he
Not to
was still
say,
living
don't
here.
just let it slip.
So anything he has here, I have no claim to."
Okay. Well, if we are to
She-
find.
Like she clicks her crossbow back onto like a hook on her back.
Yeah.
Hey,
If we are to find Zutan, we need to start at the beginning, and we'll go to the closet. This has
Check the
been.
traps first.
you want to learn something about his life here? Maybe there's something in this closet.
Yeah, I've been wondering about this ever since I got to this town. All right, so Tiny, you wanna work that lockpick of yours and
Yeah, we're
open
gonna
this
check
shit
for
up.
traps first, though.
Okay.
All right, so it's probably good you do because you almost immediately see a tripwire that's fairly well hidden, but with a 23, you easily spot it.
Nice.
So, can you disable that? Do you have, you
tools?
do
Nope.
have thieves' tools? So yeah, so go ahead and give me a thieves' tools check. Again, it would be probably intelligence or dexterity. Ooh. So it natural 1. Yikes. It doesn't go off luckily, but you fail to disable it.
You're lucky this isn't Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. Man, natural 1 to a 12 is a pretty good set of bonuses there.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled good on the wardens, that's why. Okay. Do you want to try again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't break your trap disable kit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, does it just go off? I forget. It just goes off, doesn't it?
Your crit fails. Yeah.
Uh-oh. All right, how much damage are we gonna take?
No,
No, it
I
didn't go
mean
off.
not in this game. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no critical fail on skill checks in
Not
normal
in
D&D.
5e. Yeah.
So go ahead and give me a. I assume you're gonna try again.
Yes.
Okay.
You got this, Tiny.
Don't roll any lower than that 10.
I'll step back though.
At this point, you're like, uh-oh. 17, yeah. So you would be able to cut the tripwire and attach a counterweight. You think it should be safe to pick now?
Gonna pick that door.
Pick that lock.
Yeah, I got ones on both of the damn before.
Well, 21 is pretty good. And you would manage to pick the lock open. Inside, you see what looks like a large safe. Possibly someplace that the inn kept valuables. Looks like it has a bit more of a complex lock on it, though.
It does.
DC 20 to pick this one.
It's a Warforged 25.
What did you say?
Oh, I was giving the name to the safe, you know.
Oh, the name of the safe, yeah. So yeah, give me another thieves. So I assume you're gonna try to break into the safe. Oh,
Oh
Nah,
man.
We'll roll on that one.
So you're unable to pick this with that roll. Now,
I'm
what
gonna
would?
do something else. I'm gonna cast knock.
Oh, well, that is a lot easier.
I'm gonna use
That works.
my ability. Not using spell slot, just use my ability to cast knock.
All right, go ahead
That's a
and
good use of
link
it.
knock. Link the spell, I mean, the description.
Oh, you got bad at the safe.
Give me one moment to look up something.
Well, guys, we got a new ally, so that brings us up to 5 people. 6, depending on how this Warforged does in a fight.
Okay. So you pick the safe open, and inside you see a couple of things as the large door creaks and swings outward. There are several potions. Looks like 4 of them, each of them marked in Dwarven. I think some of you speak Dwarf, right? Obviously, Tiny does. So 3 of them say healing, 1 of them says superior healing. Next to that is a small figurine that looks like a marble elephant.
What the hell?
And laying up against the back of the safe is a staff of some kind.
What was it? A marble elephant?
Yeah, there's like a
Yeah.
small marble figurine like on the ground inside the safe. It's very finely crafted.
And then the last thing was what?
Staff.
The staff.
Staff laying up against the back of the safe. It's like a gnarled wooden staff.
Any notes?
Although
Information.
the staff does look like it has some kind of language, some symbols on it. Let me see. What languages do you all speak?
I speak the common, the dwarfish, the elfish, and goblin, apparently.
Nice.
It
Dude, this whole time we could have been talking shit about the others together.
I mean, I had to pick a third one, and I was like, I don't think my dude would know celestial or anything. Goblin.
So yeah, the language is none of those, whatever this is.
Look,
Well-
handle that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll explain to Abigail. I'm gonna have to cast some rituals.
Yeah.
She nods. She says, "I trust you now. I know you better."
You like elephants?
So I will spend basically 30 minutes to
Well-
do.
I'll just ask really quick. Does anyone speak Draconic? Okay,
No.
just double checking. All right. So what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes to cast 3 rituals. One of sorry, Tiny.
I'll identify one of them. So
Okay. So one of comprehend languages, one of identify the staff, and then the third would be detect magic. In that order.
Okay. So you cast comprehend languages first, and Tiny, are you identifying something?
I'm identifying the elephant.
All right. Let me show you what the elephant is.
I think I got a new ride.
Right.
Excuse me. I'm worried about the goddamn elephant. It's a magic item. Okay. I thought it was just.
Definitely was a magical item. That's fucking awesome.
I'm so goddamn stupid. I thought it was just like a magical item, just like a normal elephant.
So, yeah, you think with a command word, you can summon a living elephant from this figurine.
Very cool.
Stealing his magical elephant. And as for your comprehend language, the staff would say servant of the serpent in Draconic.
Servant of the Serpent.
So just,
Possibly identifying the previous wielder of the staff. Or maybe it says that for some other reason.
Yeah.
I like how the elephant's just
It's
go
just chilling.
elephant.
And as for the second identify on the staff,
How strong is that elephant? Anybody have any idea?
Very strong. Staff of the Adder. Ooh, that's pretty good.
yeah, so it's kind of another animal thing. You can, I think, turn the snake into or the staff into a snake.
I'm gonna hand that over to Tiny. This only can be used by clerics, druids, or warlocks. And I'm neither of any of those things.
Damn! If only I made that warlock, that druid character I was talking about.
This is a very good druid item for sure.
It's yeah.
Maybe you'll give it to some druid in the future. But anyway, we are at time, so we might want to do an MVP vote and end here.
I'm so confident. I spent so long about the focus.
So those items, though, where should we put them? Tiny, I guess.
Put them in party
bag?
for now.
Okay, in your bag.
I mean,
Put it in
Tiny
your
the
bag.
one who can use that staff if he wants to, but I'm assuming he has other 2-minute items he's using.
So I guess they're all going in the party treasury for now until we figure out who gets what.
It's fine. Just wait till I make it a character. He'll be a druid. That's the plan.
Just give the staff to Ropro.
I mean, I guess he could whack him with
Swing
it.
it around and whack people with it.
And then the potions of healing, let's just split it up now. Each of us get 1 healing potion, and then the superior, whoever wants to take it.
Give it to Alcus.
Alcus, you take the superior.
I think I still have one. Also, I have one of those, so I don't need it.
That's all right.
All
That's
right.
good now.
I'll take the other one then.
Okay.
So a regular potion and a big boy, but that one's going to the other guy. Logan. I forgot the name. Student.
And we'll pick this up next time. Hopefully I'll be able to recruit some more players. We'll see.
At least, at least one.
Well, ideally we'd have a full group, but yeah, hopefully at least 1 or 2 to shore up the losses.
Tell them they can't be a druid.
What about your your buddy Locoon. Who was it that you first played with? The ranger.
Ian?
Yeah,
Or
Ian.
see? I don't think he has time these days.
Oh, okay. He's busy with family or something.
Yeah, but I already let him know there was an opening, but yeah,
All
it
right.
doesn't seem like he has time.
Yeah.
But
I'll
I
ask
don't
the
know.
people around here, but
I mean, I honestly don't even know how long I can go for. Tell you the truth.
Oh
You
no,
know?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. So
we need
I
you.
mean, I'm I know,
You're,
but
you're, you're like the leader.
I know, but I've been running this game for forever, man. I don't know. I might need to free up this night. I don't know, man.
Well, if you need to step out, that's fine. We'll
Yeah.
figure something out. Just let me know.
I'm very attached to this group and this campaign and everything, but
You won't be the
yeah,
Siegebreakers no more.
it's very tough to a Saturday night is very tough.
Like if
There's
you
some
and Tiny
sacrifices
leave,
made. You know?
like if you and
Yeah.
Tiny leave, from my perspective, all the original Siegebreakers are gone.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've done a full party changeover late in the game, so we could always, yeah, maybe like bring in a new group and figure out what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, just let me know what you all want to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna look. I'm not gonna just tell you like overnight, right? So
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know. But I just got out of curiosity, the other long-term games, like how many original people were able to stay that long? You know, like I'm almost
Uh,
at 2 years now. It's a long time.
It depends
Yeah.
on the group. Some of the groups do have their original people from the beginning. Others kind of switched over midway, so we have some originals, some new people. Usually, if a group is new enough, I'll probably just have them either start over or do a different campaign.
Yeah.
So
It's I find it very difficult to be like, man, like, you know, these are awesome